Good evening, Chernobyl, I think. I don't know. Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Too Much Sascha, and I'm so full of Taco Bell. It's a Stalker Tuesday. You know what that means. It's time for me to run around the same platforms in Rostock, talking about dumb bullshit like storm chasing, or I guess the United States Chemical Safety Bureau, or plurality, or I don't know. Fuck it. It's good to see all of you up in the chat. Let me give some love to my homies. I forgot to do that the other night. I forgot to give some love to all our chatters. First off, Tiana, congrats on the drink and getting yourself a soul. As well as you, Ziggy, Estelle, Lav, and Lily. Lav, I greatly look forward to you, getting into streaming soon. I look forward to that. Ooh. Better luck next time, Rat. A goldfish. Yeah, so it's gonna be a Stalker Tuesday. It's gonna be fairly relaxed. There may be antics. I drank my coffee a little bit late, and I'm still trying to battle the food EPs, and I'm also hoping this collar doesn't jingle a whole lot on stream. If you hear any suspicious jingling, pretend you didn't. Back in my day, the goldfish. It was back in Shadow of Chernobyl, yeah. It used to actually be kind of useful. But unfortunately, the artifacts have been gentrified by Circa. The artifacts have been gentrified. Put me on loudspeaker. That might be the biggest mistake you ever make. I will personally see to it. So, you know, too much. Get the fuck out of my chat. Get the fuck out of here. I'm gonna bring us on down to the intro screen, and I'm gonna get rolling here so we can yap about whatever the fuck. Alright. Good afternoon, everybody. It's good to afternoon, morning, whatever. It's good to see you all here. Welcome on in. I am Too Much Sascha, the Chernobyl Battle Maid. I cook, I clean, I kill, and I'm unfortunately being blackmailed by the United Nations. When I'm not doing any of these things, I'm on Twitch playing spooky shooty games, and also being blackmailed by the United Nations. It's complicated. I hope you're all having a lovely evening tonight. It's certainly been a Tuesday. Last night was a fair bit turbulent for me, but I spent some time today with Amber, listening to Constant Companions and getting very hyped up. Amber was a sweetheart today because I told her that I really want to play a racing game with her, and she said yes, I would also love to do that. So we plan on playing some Art of Rally or any other rallycross game where one of us sets a time and then the other has to beat it. The plural time attack. Of course, Amber, being the vastly better driver than me that she is probably going to be the one to set each lap time. For those of you who haven't seen Amber drive, take it from me that I've technically been playing racing games in our system for longer, given that I took over around 3rd grade, which is when we first started playing Need for Speed, and yet Amber still clears me. Amber is a shockingly talented little driver. She's basically like the Stig of my system. She's not the Stig. She's the Stig's puppy girl cousin. And she's very good at it. So that was how my day went. It's been a fairly pedestrian day, just walking around, listening to a lot of music. I wish I wasn't listening to a whole lot of Koyo today. I've been listening to a lot of Koyo lately. I love them, but it hasn't been... I swear to God, something's up, because I keep discovering new bands that are great. But these bands also kind of end up being kind of damaging for the psyche, because I'll be spending a lot of time listening to, like, Downward or Koyo or whatever, and it's like, man, great music, but, this making me sad. It's making me sad. Making me really sad. So I've been trying my best to steer clear of that. I was also listening to a lot more clipping, because I'm on the hunt for some good cyberpunk tunes I can use for the intro for this coming Sunday when me and Post run at Valhalla. I want to use Dead Channel Sky by clipping, but I'm probably just going to do replicas. I'm probably just going to do replicas by Gary Newman. See, you say that, Amda, but I've basically only listened to that album once in the better part of the last half a year. And that was when I put it on for Mono the other night. And they loved the album, thankfully, which made me very happy because it's a fantastically made album. But I just can't wait to get to Take Me Back to Eden for them. I can't wait to, you know, like, show Take Me Back to Eden to them, because that's going to be one they're really going to love. Just found an absolute gem for the garbage. Oh, Christ. If Estelle found a gem for the meme channel, you know it's going to get bad. Let me see this. Okay, no, actually, you know what? Estelle, you're totally right. That is a gem. That is a gem. It's really good. Wait, are you... Okay, so Kate, I have a really funny idea. Kate, when your internet comes back up, you and I should listen to Constant Companions. I would love to personally show you that album. I mean, you know, it did kind of save my life. I think it's a fantastic record, and I would have a lot of fun being your tour guide on that one. I would look forward to it. Just keep me posted if that's a thing you want. Your internet is back, you just can't use the office. Yeah, fuck it, want to do that this week? Let's do that this week. Get at me. Anyways, so me and Amber are going to do some rallycross racing this week. What else has been going on? Because there was a lot of other stuff I couldn't really talk about on the Sunday stream because, you know, collab streams get a fair bit more, what's the word? Oh man, you're going a lot tonight. Probably for the best since I got an 8 to 2 tomorrow. But we want to... Yes, I was going to say what else has happened in the past week. So Lily and Amda over here, you know, Amda being PCHC Foundation and Lily being a very good friend of ours as well. I showed Lily and Amda both Madoka Magica, Puella Magi Madoka Magica, and I thought I had a great time. It was very fun getting to show them both that series. I think it's really well done. It's magical. It's fantastic. It's another piece of, you know, media that, one, helped crack my doll egg and also helped crack my gender egg. And to this day, I still consider it to be the best anime I've ever seen. Bar none. Bar none. This is true, Kate. We do have that, and I should, given that I'm back to streaming full-time, I'm going to be a little bit more stringent with my time, but we will work something out. But yes, I actually ended up showing Madoka Magica to Lily and Tiana, and we had a fantastic time. I still consider Madoka to be the best anime series I've ever seen, or at least it is always going to top my list as being my favorite. Due to the incredible, unique music, fantastic characters and writing and plot arcs, the fact that it is very nicely contained in a 12-episode run that does not overstay its welcome at all. The fact that it consistently pulls the rug out from under you without it ever feeling like a fucking, like, you know, gun jump at all. And, I would say Become Maguka is basically just the entire plot of Madoka Magica, but summed up like that. It technically counts. On top of the fact that Madoka Magica has none of the pervert culture that I find to be, unfortunately, really, really, really prominent in a lot of anime, which is a big part of why I basically don't really consider myself an anime fan anymore, and haven't in years. And consider, you know, I consider, what is it, really, in-depth anti-hero crime dramas to have kind of saved me from anime and weeaboo culture, because I used to be like a live and die weeaboo, and once I discovered Breaking Bad and The Sopranos, it was like, whoa, you mean I could watch a show where, like, underage girls aren't constantly being creeped on all the... Okay, well, I guess in the case of The Sopranos, there's that one time. But anyway, the point is, like, wow, you're telling me I could have been watching, like, long-running series that, like, don't have all of the things that make a lot of anime, like, kind of, like, unbearable for me. I could have been doing that this entire time. I could have been watching The Sopranos. So I've been watching The Sopranos and Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. which are all fantastic. But anyway, the point being that it takes a lot to get me to like an anime. Ooh. Oh, wait, it's a bubble. Ah, better luck next time, Lily. But anyway, I've talked about it before that it takes a lot to get me to like an anime, which is why Madoka Magica still tops my list, along with Keep Your Hands Off Isaacan, another fantastic series that I really wish got like a proper English dub, as well as Girls Last Tour. You know, it takes a lot for me to like one, but Madoka Magica still tops the list, and I was very happy I got to show it to, you know, one of my best friends and her partner. And it has now gotten me, like, full swing back into Madoka to the point where I'm currently, I might presently be blocking out another AMV, my 4th Madoka AMV. I kind of want to revisit the character of Homura. I think I could use a downward track or a Koyo track. Both of them could be fun. And I'm also actually, for the first time ever, working on an OC in the universe of Madoka Magica. Something I really should have done, but never really got around to doing because, you know, I was, I first watched the show before I realized I was trans. But now that I am an out and proud woman, fuck it. I'm going to turn myself into a magical girl, and as soon as I actually get up like a decent document together, all of you motherfuckers are gonna have to hear about it forever, and you're gonna like it, and you're gonna love it. But that is going to have to wait, because I was going to do it last night, and then I ended up being like busy with a whole lot of shit, and most of it was spent just kind of like watching, you know, videos with Nyx and having a nice time. But I will probably be working on a Madoka Sona shortly, so look forward to that. Am I going to somehow manage to make a new OC that isn't either a doll or a maid? I suppose time will tell. I could just make it a doll and a maid again and say, fuck you, you're gonna eat what I cook. And to be fair, a lot of you would. I was going to make a joke about you being a magical girl who casts gun before... That is both mommy and Homura. That is both mommy and Homura. See, that's the other thing, is I'm like, okay, because, like, unfortunately, guns have already been taken in Madoka. Because mommy and Homura both use them, where you've got Homura who just steals them from, like, fucking military bases and, like, gang hideouts, and mommy who, well, she just casts giant-ass musket. Saucer is basically Homura. Well, aside from the black hair and, like, the, like, outfit motifs with, like, some elements of purple in it, you'd think, but I also would not threaten a middle schooler, I would not, basically threaten to shoot a middle schooler dead in a parking garage somewhere because she's having a bad time emotionally. Actually, you know what? Maybe I would. But anyway, the point is, I think in terms of, like, general, like Sasha Ferretto's character, I think, yeah, like, Homura would be the closest, like, one if you wanted to ever do it in terms of, like, abilities. But, like, let's be real, in terms of personality, would you do so with someone my age? Abso-fucking-lutely. I'd do it with someone my age, like, tomorrow. But while Homura may fit, like, the general, like, appearance, Kyoko is way closer to me in terms of, like, attitude and personality. I am absolutely that goofy red-haired bitch with the spear. I'm sorry. Lily and Amanda both agreed, too, that I am absurdly Kyoko-pilled, which is good, because I love Kyoko and she's great. Anyways. So I look forward to that. I'm going to try and find and make myself a new Pocky creature, quite literally. I'm going to try and find myself a way to make an OC for this show that doesn't use guns like all of my other OCs. I could research some weaponry and see if I can't find something that really feels cool. I think it could be a fun little project. Making a character where it's like, okay, here I'm gonna do what I basically avoided doing my entire life because I was polearm. Yeah, I was thinking that, or like a halberd or something. Because, like, here I am doing something that I basically avoided doing for, like, most of my life because I was under the impression that it was cringe. You know, me. Too much Sasha. Worried about something being cringed. I know, it's crazy. But it was like, oh, you know, like those people make like OCs for their favorite anime. I'm not gonna do that. And now here I am like, okay, so here I am about to make an OC for my favorite anime. Somebody stop me. Except you won't, because you'll tell me to do it, and I will do it anyway. Worried about cringe. Is a VTuber. Yeah. It's like, at the end of the day, cringe was a sort of like machination entirely designed to make us hate being genuine about ourselves. And us here in the Pripyat City Hate Crew are here to knock that shit the fuck off. So, I'll update y'all when a Madoka Sona is properly in the works. So that was what I got up to last week and what I'm getting up to this current week. I've also been doing a lot of writing. Hey, Lav, it's good to see you tonight. Kill the cringe in your head. Oh, battery. I mean, battery. Good to see you, Lav. By the way, everyone please go check out our good homie, Lav, who is an absolutely wonderful friend of ours, a joy to have in the Hate Crew in the bar, and is currently working on having her own, getting her own streams together soon. A battery for the ocean. Yeah, I don't know where that motherfucker is, but every single time somebody pulls a battery, ocean is nowhere to be found. I think they're afraid of getting it thrown at them. I think they should just simply learn to dodge it better, but what do I know? Yeah, I've been kind of steadily hammering out more work on my writing. I need to finish chapter 2 of the vacation fix so y'all can see Sascha and Muller go on a disastrous dinner date. What else? I mean, generally speaking, you'll be surprised to hear this, but most of my time spent on vacation was not spent working on things. Graciously, thanks to the interference of Amanda, Angel, Lav, Lily, Nyx, Raz, and everybody who insisted, Sascha, you're taking a vacation so you don't have, like, you know, so you don't further, like, exacerbate your burnout. You probably should spend it not working. And credit to them, I think the only, like, things that I creatively did on that vacation, except for the, like, you know, just doing, like, idle writing to pass the time, was actually a mod for Stalker Anomaly. Yeah, you know what, I'd actually like to show it off real quick, if y'all would be cool with that. So, I admittedly did not spend much of my vacation actually, you know, like, working, which was for the best, because I was happy that I spent that time doing a lot of work on my personal, like, outlook. Having a lot of sit-downs with 80 where we both just kind of got to chatting over the course of a work shift, and it being like, hey, you know, it's like, at the end of the day, it's like, you need to, like, chill the fuck out, and you need to readjust your perspective, because right now you've let yourself fall off the trail a little bit. And I'll probably be talking about some of the things me and 80 talked about on stream, because they were really important things. I'm also really happy I got you to take a break, because you were, like, absolutely firing on all pistons, which is a good thing, but you can't do it forever. And I'm happy we were able to, you know, like, encourage you to take care of yourself like that. But 80 was very good at sitting down with me and talking me through my own perspectives and my psyche and being like, so here's some things that I've noticed that I think you need to fix. 80 really is kind of like the sort of, like, you know, like, okay, look at it this way. Amber may be the one who built me, but 80's like the one that, like, actually kind of, like, keeps track of my software, where it's like, okay, look, so let me take a crack at this doll and tell you what's not ticking right. Let me listen to the fucking motor and tell you what feels like where the gears are grinding. And it just kind of sat down and was like, listen, here's what I noticed. And I've had a lot of really good heart-to-hearts with it, and with Amber, and with Mira, and even with V. V was actually immensely helpful, in being like, hey, you know, you have not been taking care of yourself, or you've been, you know, like, allowing yourself to be hurt in too many ways, and you need to start, like, stepping up and stopping that. V was, I think Tiana and Lily and Angel can probably tell you, but V has actually, like, kind of, like, she's absolutely, like, even if she hadn't already, she's kind of earned her place in our system, because V, like, stepped up in April and was like, no, motherfucker, you need to, like, you know, you need to, like, what's the word? Like, stand on your business about this shit. And V was really good about that. But the only thing that I did that was like, you know, like not just like relaxing, watching things, listening to things, or spending time with Nix and the friends, or just generally kind of trying my best to catch up on rest, which was for the best. The only thing that I did on vacation that like didn't amount to just relaxation or like taking in other forms of media, was as Amanda was talking about in the chat, a mod for Stalker Anomaly. Which, of course, as many of y'all know, is the Stalker full conversion that I used to play a lot on stream. And I do still play it sometimes, but I haven't played it as often because I still just kind of want to finish Stalker 2 first. So I made a mod for Stalker Anomaly where Stalker Anomaly has, like, of course, like, just like Call of Pripyat, whenever an emission is happening, there's like a distant kind of like siren or, you know, kind of like horn that plays, signifying an emission. I wasn't super fond of that sound. It's a little bit too weak, a little bit too flaccid. You never want your horns to be flaccid. Let's make that clear. But what ended up happening is a lot of mods that I use in, like, say, Escape from Pripyat or whatever, all tend to have, like, horror overhauls or other mods that, you know, like, replace the siren sound. One such mod, most of these mods I've noticed tend to replace it with sirens that I find to, yes, technically be really cool sounds or very creepy sounds, but they don't really feel like they fit the aesthetic. Most of these siren replacements for Stalker Anomaly are all, like, American sirens, like the EOWS 612, or... Ooh. Ah, spinner. Better luck next time. Like, most of them replace them with American sirens, like the EOWS 612, or the Federal Signal Thunderbolt 1003. Yes, all perfectly creepy noises, but they don't really fit, you know, the zone, which takes place in, like, Ukraine. So all of these, like, American or, like, you know, kind of like Hollywood, like, you wouldn't believe me when I say this, but, like, at least 3 or 4 of the siren replacement mods on Anomaly's mod DB are all just the Purge siren. It's just the like, dude, the movie wasn't that fucking good. Why are there 3 different mods on the Anomaly mod DB that are all just the exact same fucking thing? And they're all, like, a siren from a really mid, like, thriller movie. I don't get it. You know who isn't mid? Ashley Miami, who we absolutely love seeing in chat. Ashley, it's good to see you. You know what I should do? I should have my headmate Amber get at you about racing. I should have my headmate Amber get at you about racing, but please go follow Ashley Miami. She's an absolutely lovely presence to have in the bar. Yeah, my headmate Amber loves talking about rally, so I'll have her get at you about that. Warning, she may call you Aunt Ashley. She may call you Aunt Ashley because she calls all of my femme friends either big sister or aunt. Anyway, so I wasn't a big fan of all of the, like, Americanized or Hollywoodized sounds, like siren replacement sounds in Stalker Anomaly's mod DB. All of them were like, okay, you just want, like, you know, your, like, Hollywood-ass, like, horror movie thing or whatever. And I was like, okay, do there exist any mods for Stalker Anomaly that replace the blowout siren with, like, something that's actually, like, period and location accurate? Because I did my research. There are a couple of different models of historically documented weather and civil defense sirens that were used in the Soviet Union. One of which was the Type S40, which looks a little bit like the ACA Screamer. If you've ever seen one of those, you probably haven't. Or you probably have but didn't know it was called that. It looks like a big fucking yellow frisbee and it sounds like a leaf blower. But the Type S40 was primarily used a lot in the Soviet Union, and obviously it was replaced with a lot of other ones. But generally speaking, like, you don't hear a lot of Type S40s even in places where they were used, because now they've been replaced by, like, other different types of sirens. But considering everybody always insisted on using, like, the Thunderbolt or, like, the Purge siren or the EOWS 612, or even in some cases, even in some cases, I saw people replacing it with like the whole like creepy Chicago tornado sirens video, which it annoys me to no end because that viral video is not sirens warning of a tornado, and they're also not broken. Those sirens from that viral broken Chicago tornado sirens video, those sirens are civil defense sirens doing a high-low configuration for a fire. High-low usually is used in America for like fire warnings and shit. So you'll hear those from like fire departments and more other things, but generally speaking, like that's not like that's a thing that civil defense sirens. I feel like I have to pull the TV up. I know this is going to be a little instance of like Sascha goes off the fucking rails about one of her hyperfixations, but you will listen to me and you will like it. Give me a second here. All right, hold up. Okay. So you're not going to see my model. Wait, give me a second. I know what to do here. Oh, I'm a Bullfango still. I'm a Bullfango, and also my YouTube page is 50% Sopranos. So we're getting off to a rollicking good start. All right, so a Bullfango is about to tell you about civil defense sirens, okay? So let me show you this real quick. Because I've talked about storm chasing and extreme weather and other things. Lily, I'm a Bullfango from Monster Hunter. Iris made this up. So, this video went viral back in 2018, and here's why I don't fucking like it. Here's why I don't fucking like it. So for starters, if you listen to this, let me actually turn off the distortion too so you hear it crystal clear. So this video went viral calling these broken tornado sirens. Both of these things are false. This is not like a broken siren, and this is not a siren warning of a tornado. This is an intended configuration that most civil defense sirens are incorporated with, called the high-low configuration. Generally, the weird wheezin. Is this the one in Siren Head? It is a sound effect a lot of people use for like, you know, like really like cheaply made Siren Head videos, yes. Now, fucking, here's the thing, the reason why it has that weird kind of portamento sound of like is because most sirens tend to actually use like a sort of like spun up motor. And it does have to like constantly be oscillated between like high energy and low energy. So it does actually have to spin up and down every time it goes between these two different notes. But this is not, this is an intended configuration called high-low, and you usually tend to use it whenever there's like a fire warning or something. You'll hear it a lot, especially in fire departments or on a lot of emergency vehicles, but a lot of Stalker mods do like to replace the blowout sirens with this sound or the siren from the Purge. Both of them I find to be mediocre or lackluster at best. So let me show you what I did. So I did my digging. You know who actually really helped me out a lot with this? Ellie, who I had on for the I had her on for the Pacific Drive stream. I actually sat down with Ellie, and given that she lives in Poland, which is an Eastern European country, we had a talk about Eastern European defense sirens. And she showed me a couple of videos, like one of them actually being of like presently used Ukrainian civil defense siren configurations, primarily for things such as severe weather or attacks. I took note of the siren configuration and the exact pattern it tends to play in. I also did a little bit of digging, and I found a port ratio of the actual Type S40. Now, for those who aren't siren nerds and like to fuck, which is fair, let me explain this to you. A port ratio is effectively the whole matter of how a siren works, is that it is basically just playing like a motor or like a sort of like noise oscillator at a very specific frequency. So a port ratio is effectively like outputting the exact frequencies that like an oscillator is supposed to play at. And thusly, with a port ratio, you can essentially recreate a siren's specific sound and tone on almost anything, as long as you have the port ratio and the best understanding of the frequencies. Now, I managed to find a port ratio in somebody's synthesized recreation of the Type S40, meaning I actually had a really, really good quality, perfectly clean audio sample of the siren, rather than having to use people's Facebook videos on their iPhones from 2010. This was good, because generally speaking, modding sirens into a game like Stalker is a little bit weird, because most videos of sirens are of, say, 100 different channels on YouTube of siren enthusiasts who go around and set up their camera tripods next to their local, like, fire department, ready to go as soon as their civil defense siren goes off for an afternoon test. There are a lot of these. There's actually at least 3 of these different channels that all focus on my exact region of America, which I think is really funny. I'm also a member of the, like Weather Siren Forum, where they actually have a consistently updated map of almost every single civil defense siren anywhere in America, right down to the exact make and model, and if videos do exist of them being fired off for afternoon tests, you will find them. It's quite a fucking rabbit hole. It's quite a fucking rabbit hole. I learned what a Gamewell diaphone sounds like, and also noticed I actually have one in my village hall, and it's quite a terrifying thing to hear. What the point is, I've been in this rabbit hole for a while. I'm a big siren enthusiast. I actually almost bought one with my fucking COVID money back in 2021. I almost spent upwards of $3,000 on a Federal Signal. I think it was like a 2001 siren. I'm glad I didn't. It would have been a bitch to move to my new apartment. But it would have been really funny. It would have been really funny to do it for the Vine. So, because of these matters of most videos of sirens tend to be videos of dudes with, alright, Estelle, I'm going to kill you personally. I am going to kill you. I'm going to Instacart you. So, because most videos of sirens happen to be these videos of people just recording them on their camera tripods in the afternoons, getting clean audio of them can be difficult, and if you're going to be modding something into a video game, you do want it to be the cleanest version of the audio you can. So I lucked out with somebody having an actual port ratio of the Type S40. I lucked out, and what I ended up doing is I took the port ratio sample of like the clean synthesized recreation of the siren, the Type S40, and I rearranged it into the configuration, the pattern that is currently used by the Ukrainian Civil Service, or the Ukrainian Security Service, in the event of extreme weather, natural disasters, or war threat. Which are this is the configuration you would most likely hear in case of a blowout in Stalker, I would argue. I spent about 3 hours in Ableton chopping it up to meet the specific arrangement that I needed. The most important thing is that while modding the game and checking to make sure that my sound attenuation settings were correct, because you do have to treat these files in a weird little program that hasn't been updated since 2005, to make sure they have the proper minimum volume at, like, you know, the furthest distance, and maximum volume at the closest distance, and when that volume begins to peter out. So you do have to actually set these things. You have to give it the proper metadata and settings in a little file editor for it to properly function. So while fucking around with all of this, I learned that Stalker Anomaly's sirens do actually play from ordained locations. Most of the time, they will play from the, like, most heavily equipped stronghold in the area, or they will play from the main faction hub in the area. The siren is it's only dynamic in that, like, it does have a certified, like, this is the location that the sound is playing from, and the further you are away from it, the quieter it gets. So the sirens, rather than just being a sound that plays, like, right above the character to maximize, like, audibility, they do actually have an origin point. In the Jupiter map, obviously, it's right over the Yanav train station, smack in the middle of the map. For the Cordon, I believe it's actually the military checkpoint right at the border of the zone. So every map does have an actual ordained location where the siren is playing from, even if obviously they don't have any actual physical siren model on, like, you know, sent like on the map. Like, obviously the location that the blowout siren plays from the Jupiter map right above the Yanav station is not actually like a physical siren model. Oh hey Mal, I'm getting autistic about sirens again, and I'm also a bullfango. Don't ask. So all of the actual siren sound effects in Stalker Anomaly do actually play from a verifiable origin point on each map. Even if there is not a physical siren model that they are coming from, it is coded to be coming from that location. And I learned this while I was fucking around with the attenuation settings and making sure I was setting these files up with the proper metadata. So, after opening up Ableton Live 9, and I think it was like Ableton Live 10 actually, and fucking around with this, because it wasn't just enough to put the siren into the proper arrangement, I actually layered it 3 times, each of them having different panning, reverb, delay, and EQing to imply different, like, distances and locations from the player. Obviously, the sirens are not, like, dynamic. You'll always be hearing the exact same .wav file bounced and uploaded, but that WAV file does have a triple layer of the siren, and each layer feels like it's coming from a different place. And I put a lot of work into that, especially with, like, maximizing the reverb and delay. You have to understand, I'm a person with a fair bit of distaste for digital reverb effects. They never feel like they really feel right to me. And granted, most wide open spaces don't have a lot of reverb. Reverb is a thing you'll tend to hear in an enclosed environment, while delay and echo you'll probably hear in an open environment. And even then, it's a fairly sparing level of delay or echo. But there was actually at one point, as a fun little tidbit, when me and my friend Ben from a local hardcore band were working on putting together a Chernobyl-themed ambient and noise EP together, one of our plans was to basically drive a pickup truck out to, like, an open farmland with, like, a big-ass fucking, like, stereo speaker system plugged into the back. One of us was going to stand on one corner of the farmland, and the other was going to drive all the way to the far corner and effectively turn the speakers up loud as possible. And the one who wasn't driving the truck was basically going to have a Zoom H4n field recorder. And we were just going to get, like, raw-ass, like, full stereo sound field recordings of the Pripyat evacuation broadcast basically played on the other end of a giant field, because I sat there fucking around with, like, say, your average native instrument reverb effect, and I said, it does not sound right to me. So I did a lot of tweaking with the reverb and delay here when I was working with this to make sure that these sounds did feel it, to make it feel like they hit, you know? It wasn't just enough to give them reverb and delay. It was like, okay, I need to make this feel as accurate as possible. And true to form, I did actually watch videos of people, like, recording real sirens in the field and taking note of when the sound seemed to reflect, when it seemed to decay, and when it seemed to sustain itself. I took a lot of notes on sound design and generally how the space a sound is in affects it. And this was all for a mod for Stalker Anomaly, a game that maybe a grand total of, like, a couple thousand people play, generally speaking. And on top of that, a mod that most people, aside from siren enthusiasts, were most likely not going to be interested in downloading. Do it for the autism. But, so, here's what the result ended up sounding like. I did this all in a span of maybe like 4 hours, I think. But the general purpose is literally just to make a mod because I said Stalker Anomaly Sirens don't feel like they're period or location accurate enough. That was it. That's the only reason I did this. I also studied the actual configuration playing for 3 minutes. And as per your typical European system, where, I can't remember. I think the specific configuration I was using based on the pattern that the Ukrainian security service employs is it plays for 3 minutes, and then you get a different, you get like an alert configuration when danger is over. Of course, I can't play a siren after this because the siren sound is only scripted to actually play when the blowout is happening. And, one, I would have to learn how the X-ray engine scripting works, which, fuck that. But, on top of that, given how deeply, you know, ingrained these understandings of Stalker Anomaly and its gameplay and its sounds is with most players, hearing a siren play after the emission would probably be a little bit of a psych out that I think would be unfair to people. So instead, I do have the siren play for a whole 3 minutes, which is actually kind of nice because once the siren stops playing, you know, the danger's over. You're good. You're like, the siren actually lasts for the entire duration of the blowout, which I actually like. In stark contrast to American sirens, where apparently how we do it is we run the alert configuration for about 3 minutes whenever there's like a tornado warning or some other type of natural disaster warning, and then it just stops. You don't get to know if it's safe or not. You just have to go find out for yourself, I guess. So I guess if you're like somebody in like 2011 Joplin, get fucked. I guess if it's 2013 Moore, get fucked. I guess if it's 1999 Bridge Creek to Moore, get fucked. But anyway. My extreme weather autism knows no bounds. I just want to make that clear. It would be smart to implement, but I think it would be a little bit more than I needed to do. This also ironically ended up being a really, really good showcase for the fucking found footage reshade that I made. But that's for another day. I'm just proud of it. This is chilling, said Lily. I'm happy it evokes such a reaction. It was a lot of fun as just a silly little personal project to just bang out. And I did this while Ellie was just building a fucking Gundam. It was a chill afternoon, honestly. I had a good time. And it was also when I was really, really stricken with like a bad fucking like cough and like throat problem. And I was like, I made myself like broccoli and cheese soup. And I spent so long working on this that my soup got cold and it was absolutely fucking nauseating to try to eat it. It was disgusting. But the mod came out good. So I will happily take a sacrifice of soup to make a good mod. That is enough for now. I think I've stalled enough. Who's ready for me to actually play Stalker on Stalker Tuesday? Because we're about an hour into stream. We're about an hour into stream. Let me pull this up for you, for all of you. Here we go. Soup or sacrifice? Super sacrifice, even. Perhaps even a, Super GT. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do, man? What the fuck am I gonna do? Huh?
You and Reigns know your ROE. Now lock and load.
No.
Do try not to get brainwashed again.
Oh, again with the brainwashing. Oof, Maron. So here we are once again. This is where we were the last time we left off. We just got out of the Araprom fucking underground, and we just towed it with the monolith, and oof, Maron. Gun repairs are gonna cost me a fucking arm and a leg. But I did get out. That's a cute transition. Thank you. I do hate to say it, but if it's any indication, the like analog themes of the stream are going to be steadily being like kind of phased out. So rather than like, you know, like analog and VHS aesthetics, we're now moving full on into digital. So a new overlay I'm currently working on that's going to come across more like say like Rec 2 or like a helmet cam kind of aesthetic. To move more into like the 2000s kind of found footage aesthetic rather than digital. And obviously that also means that the intro and outro scenes are going to go at some point as well. Kate, wait till you see the new BRB screen. Lav, congrats on getting new headphones, by the way. Indeed, rip to the jerry-rigged Sony somethings. That sponsors Bose, yeah? Proper headphones. I really do just have a bottom gear bit for every single thing I can be told by another human being. That's something. Paranormal Activity, Sascha. Or a little bit of Rec 2. I'm a big fan of Rec 2. If we have anybody in chat who hasn't seen Rec 2, go watch Rec 1 first, from 2007, and then go watch Rec 2. Personally, I understand that, you know, like, obviously, with how bad, like, you know, the reign of Blumhouse is on Hollywood and, you know, like, general commercialized American horror film, Lily, what the fuck? What the Amanda, come get your woman right now. What the fuck? That is, you have to be assassinated. You have to be given capital punishment for this one, woman. I'm sorry, you just do. Anyway. If you haven't seen Rec or Rec 2, go watch Rec and Rec 2. I understand that a lot of people are getting very into foreign film, in the wake of Blumhouse kind of taking over the, like, horror, like, cinema scene. And granted, people are getting better at taking in, like, foreign horror a little bit better. But there is a little bit too much of a sort of, like, people tend to be focusing more on, like, K-horror and J-horror a little bit more than I think they should. And to be perfectly honest, I think a lot of people, really need to get into Spanish horror. Some of my favorite horror films tend to be Spanish. And I don't just mean like I mean both like Mexican and Spanish, but like Spanish especially. Like Rec takes place, I think, in Barcelona. But go watch Rec and Rec 2. Rec 2 is genuinely one of the best found footage horror films I have ever seen by a wide margin. It is one of the most inventive found footage horror films. Given that, Rec 1, I would argue to be easily one of the best films, to focus entirely on the perspective of a camcorder. Even after Blair Witch Project, which is still a fantastic film to this day, I love, what is it? Blair Witch Project. I think the original is still an absolutely time-tested gem of horror. Even staying in the Anglophone world, you still find good shit out of Australia and the UK. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. But I'll get to that, too, actually, in a second. But, fucking, the point is, what am I trying to get to? Like, I'm a big fan of the original Blair Witch Project, but I actually think, in terms of, like, being my personal favorite, Rec 1 actually clears it. Rec 2 manages to be a really good horror sequel. Just because, like, so for those of you who don't know, some of you in chat who may not know of Rec have probably, like, and that's, like, REC, like, short for record. Some of you in chat who haven't seen Rec probably have technically seen it anyway. If you've seen a little movie called Quarantine, which is literally just an American shot-for-shot remake of Rec, it's garbage. It sucks. It's terrible. How can you manage to shot-for-shot remake a film and still fuck it up? Look no further than Quarantine. It's dog water. And it also has a sequel that takes place entirely on a grounded airplane on a runway. I think it's called like Quarantine 2 Terminal or something. It's also really bad. However, Quarantine may be a bad remake of Wreck, but Wreck 2 was not remade for Quarantine 2. Wreck 2 is entirely its own film. And Wreck 2 actually takes place, like, I think, like, almost, like, the same night as the first film. And it focuses on a Geo team. And for those who don't know what Geo is, they're effectively, like, Spain and Portugal's, like, special forces teams. You could kind of look at them as being similar to SWAT, but I think they're a little bit closer to something like, say, like, GIGN. So, generally the whole film is about, like, a Spanish Geo team going into the same hotel from the first film, like, the same night. And they're accompanied by a man who claims to be from the Ministry of Health, who wants to figure out, hey, so what the fuck is going on and why did people in this hotel turn into zombies? But the cool thing is that while Wreck 2 is a sequel to Wreck 1, Wreck 2, most of it is not from a camcorder. There is, like, the film manages to expertly split up the perspective in multiple ways and never have it feel like you're jumping around and it's impossible to, like, take stock of what's happening. Because the film really takes advantage of, like, okay, let me put it this way. I'm just gonna cut to the quick here. Wreck 2, I think, is the best film to use helmet cams and body cams, and I don't think it has ever been surpassed. Since the film is from the perspective of a Geo team, most of the film is played through people's body cams. And due to the nature of it, you will actually see multiple perspectives on screen at once. Like, there are genuinely a couple of points where you will see multiple people's different helmet cams all, like, being played at the same time in sync, and you are getting, like, a picture-in-picture readout of exactly what is happening. The film manages to use, like, multiple perspectives in tandem in a way that never makes the action feel difficult to follow, and it manages to follow up on being a found footage film that doesn't just use the camcorder again. On top of being, in my opinion, one of the only body cam horror films to actually do it good and also not be weirdly propaganda-ish, because the entire time it's very obvious that these Geo members are just kind of like meat for the grinder. And there's also the whole like religious horror thing. That, like, there's like a whole like religious horror twist where in the first film it feels more like a proper like outbreak movie, and then Wreck 2 hits you with like a fucking like plot twist that it's actually demonic possession, not a zombie virus, and I like that a lot actually, especially considering it turns out that like it's just like, I don't know, I think done in that way religious horror can be really good. Given that, like, naturally religious horror is hard to really, like, be affected the same way by if you're not actively religious, which is why I would, like, remember playing the first Silent Hill and saying, you know, if I was, like, Christian or Catholic, I think this ending might have hit a lot harder. But it didn't. But what are you gonna do? So, anyway, the point is Wreck 2 is revolutionary. It's, to this day, I think the best, and I think probably one of the only body cam horror films to ever be made. It has a fantastic way of taking a film that was already a foundational found footage and zombie film and completely expanding it in a way that both really opens up the found footage genre in new ways, and on top of that also expands on the original film's plot in really cool ways. It has really good acting, fantastic sound design. There's an entire scene where one of these guys is like stuck in a bathroom, and because it's his helmet cam, you can see him look in the mirror, and in the bathroom mirror, you can see, like, all of the, you know, like, fucking, like, rabid-infected people trying to break through the door. So you can see that on the left side, but in the mirror, you can see him steadily, like, bringing, like, the gun to his chin, because he realizes he's completely fucked. Like, that and a bunch of other sequences where you see, like, multiple perspectives of the same thing happening. And since a lot of the film is revisiting events and locales from the first film, those locales have their own kind of context to them, where seeing them revisited in the second one is like, okay, now I know shit's getting real because they're going here, you know? Like, anybody who's seen the original Wreck you know what I'm talking about when I say the stairwell. Like Rec 1 is such a fucking good movie. Like, for reference, I don't think it's coming across how much I love Rec 1. Dude, that found footage, like, VHS camcorder styled reshade effect that I have up on, like, ModDB, it's called While You're Sleeping because that's the news segment that the protagonist of that movie, of Rec 1, is running when the whole film happens. Because it's a whole segment, of, like, what happens, what if I, like, go around and look at people's jobs that they do during, like, the early hours of the night. So the film is about her, like, running her, like, people's jobs in the early hours news segment, but she's following around the fire brigade. And the segment is called While You're Sleeping. So I named the preset that, because I love Rec that much. It's such a fucking good movie. I love the acting in it, I love everything, and Rec 2 is fantastic, and you should go... Honestly, you should watch them both back to back. What made Rec really fun to watch for me, especially, too... And I know I'm, like, missing a lot of chat and stuff, but, like, I'll get to that in a second. But, like... What made Rec 1 really fun to watch for me, especially, was the fact that the last time I watched Rec and Rec 2, I was actually watching it with an Argentinian. So there was a lot of really interesting context to the characters that I was getting that I didn't have before. Because there is a character who is Argentinian in that film, and seeing, you know, like, Runo, like, actually talk about it and be like, yeah, generally the understanding is that, like, you know, like, Argentinian dudes are kind of, like, you know, sleazy and weird. And also the Argentinian guy in this movie is racist against Chinese people, if I remember correctly. And there's even a point where he is, like, kind of, like, people think that he's the guy who's, like, patient zero or something. But, like, watching it, like, both with, like, you know, like, with, like, multiple different perspectives who have their own understandings of, like, Spanish culture, made it so much more interesting. Like, wow, I need to watch more Spanish horror. That's what I want from a body cam horror game. Exactly. I mean, that like one game actually just called body cam has like a zombie mode, and you can tell it was like, okay, you guys liked Rec 2. You guys liked Rec 2 a lot. And you know what? I liked Rec 2 too. I liked Rec 2 too. However, I still don't think that body cam game is very good. I think you can make body cam horror work well. But until anybody pulls up a game or a movie that hits like Rec 2, I'm going to tell them to just don't quit your day job, dude. Listen, I know you want to make something that hits like, you know, like a mix of hardcore Henry and whatever the fuck else. I know you want like, you know, you're like, you know, like, okay, you know, no, there is actually one other, because there's that one VHS, I think it was like VHS 98 or VHS 86. If you know, you know. But one of the like VHS films has a whole segment of a bunch of like fucking like paranormal NYPD cops like going into like an old stoop and finding out that like an alien like bird is like literally like sucking people's brains out and feeding them to kidnapped children. Like it's literally just like the story of the stork but turned into like a fucking found footage horror scene. And it also has a character that's extremely Rainscore, as well as having really good action segments, and the entire scene with the chainsaw is fantastic. Look, I know chainsaws are extremely unproductive for killing or dismembering people, because they're not designed to be used on malleable and squishy flesh. However, chainsaws are still dope as shit to ever see come out in a horror film. If your horror film or game has a chainsaw scene in it, I will watch it. I'm just telling you. There was that segment in the Resident Evil that played like watching a found footage. Yeah, no, you could be either talking about a few segments in Resident Evil 2 Remake, or you could be talking about Resident Evil 7. Resident Evil 7, I think, also aced the found footage aesthetic really good. Resident Evil 7 did it really good, I would argue. In fact, one of the first games I tested my camcorder reshade effect was on Resident Evil 7. And not for nothing, because I've played Beginning Hours so many fucking times, I know every single line in, like, the first, like found footage tape by heart. However, loud as fuck, heavy as fuck, and gnarly damage in, like, less 1 second from contact. Wait, huh? Wait. Dwop, I think I'm missing the context here. When chainsaw... Well, yeah, chainsaws would be good against bone, but, like, you have to get through the flesh. Oh, the chainsaw. Oh, absolutely, yeah. Like... No, you're good. It didn't move on. I just, autism happened. But no, yeah, absolutely a big fan of chainsaws and horror. Fucking fantastic. But, I have to look it up real quick. Can you actually give me a second? Welcome to Stalker Tuesday, where, like, the thing I do the least is actually playing the fucking video game. Was it VHS... I think it was VHS 94. Was it 94? No, it wasn't. Was it VHS Beyond? Yep, it was VHS Beyond. If you watch VHS Beyond, there's a sequel, a segment in it, called Stork. And it's based on some guy's, like, horror concept art tweet thread. But it's another good example of, like, actually surprisingly good body cam horror. And also, if you want to see a character who's extremely Rainscore, I guess go watch VHS Beyond Stork segment. But I'm a big fan of found footage. Like, I wouldn't make it half of the fucking, like, aesthetic of my stream if I didn't fucking love it. But the one issue though is that found footage is very hard to find nowadays. Because, like, so much of it is, like, intertwined with body cam shit. And I'm sorry, but 90% of body cam shit is interlaced with cop shit. Thank you for the canteen sip. Which, like, it fucking sucks, but what are you gonna do? And the only reason I give, I give Rec 2 a pass is because, like, you know, like, it doesn't feel like propaganda, I don't feel like, because the Geo Team, 1, is, like, very obviously portrayed as being meat for the grinder. 2, an entire plot twist revolves around the fact that they're not actually there on behalf of the government. Oh, man! Is that... Why did Skinny Pete only play for half a second? But there's also the fact that, like, like, a whole plot twist of the movie is that they're not actually there on government business, they're there on Vatican business. So... You know, the whole religious horror twist. Yo, man, Yo, who was that? Anyway, I got a stash to grab here. That is so fucking loud. It made it really funny, yeah, it's perfectly cut Breaking Bad. Has anyone made, like, a 1 second of every Breaking Bad episode video? If not, they should. Okay, I'm too fucking bogged down with stuff. I might have to drop something. Anyway, now that I'm done with my diatribe, let me read some of this stuff that y'all put up in the chat here. Religious horror is how I would describe my time in Mormonism, said Lav. As somebody who actually, you know, ended up doing time in a treatment center in Mormon country in Utah. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Mormons. Occult is also a good underrated Japanese found footage movie. There's a couple of J-horror films I do like. I haven't seen Noroi the Curse or Occult, but I will keep those on my list. Here's one that I want to ask you and Lily about, Amda. Have either of you seen Cairo? Which was remade in America as Pulse, and fucking sucks. It's garbage, in America. But, yeah, Cairo's really good. Cairo is one of the most horrifying films I've ever seen, and, like, it's also really good to see, like, a J-horror film that isn't just about, like, you know, the Yurei. Because, like, every single one is about the fucking, like, is about some type of yokai or the Yurei. Like, you know, Dark Water, One Missed Call, and, fucking, you know, The Ring and everything. But, like, it was real. Actually, I have to see Dark Water. I've heard Dark Water is really good. But Cairo is a whole other level. Like, it's literally about people's souls being sucked into the fucking internet. It's peak. There's also another one I've been meaning to watch, and y'all might know the name of it. There's one about, like, I had, like, on my list, and it's about a Japanese guy, like, basically going into an abandoned tunnel, like subway tunnel system, and just kind of documenting his time down there. That's another J-horror found footage film, and I've heard it's really, really good. I can't remember what it's called, though. Overall, J-horror is good, but I think I do actually kind of prefer Spanish horror to it. There was also, like, a Spanish horror film that Patch was trying to show me that's, like, I think it's called, like, Buried Alive or, like, Entombed or something. And, I'm also looking forward to it. But the point is, watch more foreign horror. Watch more foreign horror that is, and, like, not just from Asian countries. Like, watch more Spanish horror. Watch more Mexican horror. Watch, like, I don't know, fucking, like, watch, like, Bulgarian or, like, African horror. Like, watch horror films from, like, other countries. Because, like, a lot of the, like, doomerism that surrounds, like, people's, like, understandings of, oh, you know, like, people aren't making good horror films anymore. It all completely dissipates once you learn that every other country is doing it so fucking good right now. Horror is scary? Well, yeah, that's like, I mean, I'm the biggest wimp ever to the point where there are multiple films where I've actually had to physically turn away from the screen. One of them is the airlock scene in Event Horizon. Fuck that, couldn't watch it. The other is that one scene in Green Room. The other one is that one scene in Green Room where the protagonist is getting his arm cut off by a machete through a door by Patrick Stewart. And later on, because they don't have any medical supplies, in place of bandages and anesthetic, they basically just duct tape it back on and then just pour vodka on it. It is one of the most gruesome scenes I've ever seen in a film. Green Room is a fantastic film and you should go watch it, especially if you're big into punk culture. And also, you like seeing Nazis bite it. Go watch Green Room. It's really good, but it also is a lot. It is a lot to handle that one scene where he's, like, getting his arm chopped off by a machete, and it's basically hanging on by a single ligament, and they just splint it back on with duct tape and vodka. Hey, Missy, what's up? Welcome on in. Also, Tiana, can we get a shout-out for Jet Altair, please? Jet Altair is one of my day ones, absolute Pripyat City Hate Crew Foundation. One of my besties for life. Love her. So happy to see her in here today, and I hope she's doing good. Good to see you, Missy. How was you and Angel's beach episode, by the way? I'm talking about Spanish horror. I'm talking about just generally foreign horror. I mean, I wouldn't say it's more popular, but, like, a lot of... There tends to be a little bit of a bias to it. A lot of the time. Especially K-horror as well. And not for nothing, K-horror is pretty good. But, you know, I think I wish to see more people watch, you know, like Latin horror. I think I wish to see more people watch, like, Latin horror. Well, we always pack assuming we'll stay longer than we actually do, but it's tiring in a very peaceful, blissful way. No, I totally get that, actually. You kind of just take it all in at once, and you've kind of, like, seen basically everything within, like, a good couple of hours, but, like, you don't feel like you're leaving earlier, like, you know, you're getting, like, overwhelmed. It's just like, I just kind of took, like, a deep breath in kind of thing, right? Right, I think I feel that. God, I should go watch Rec 2 again. I also heard that Rec 3 and 4... Well, okay, I heard Rec 3 Genesis is kind of okay. Because, like, after Rec 2, they did away with the found footage angle. So, Rec 3 Genesis and Rec 4 Apocalypse are not found footage. However... When I heard that Rec 4 Apocalypse is about the girl from the first movie waking up on a fucking oil rig full of zombies, I was like, okay, so we're basically just Spanish Resident Evil now. We're Spanish Paul W. Anderson Resident Evil, and we stopped giving a fuck, and I've heard Rec 4 Apocalypse is actually really fucking fun. Don't get me wrong, zombie outbreak at a wedding is a fantastic idea for Rec 3 Genesis. I just didn't really like that they still insisted on using, like, the you know, like, like camcorder, like recording dot look for Rec 3 for its logo, when it's like it's not even found footage, and they psych you out in the trailer to make you think it is too, if memory serves. Rec 3 does not even come close to the like wonders of 1 and 2, but Rec 4 I've heard is fantastic. Yeah, that's like a lot of fucking bloodsuckers. I don't think I want to do this. Yeah, I haven't heard a lot of people say they like Rec 3. God, I'm gonna go watch Rec 2 again. Like, you can watch Rec 1 and 2 in a night. Like, they're really not that long. Rec 1 is fantastically written. One of the first things that I realized, like, made me really love Rec 3, or Rec 1, the Scrunt is poop and so are the Horsts. Well, I'm happy they're all getting some nice relaxation. I would agree, yes, Lily, boring is the worst thing a movie can ever be. Because, like, look, dude, you could make a movie that sucks and it'll still be fun. Like, I'll still watch, like, a shit-ass movie sometimes, right? I mean, generally speaking, I don't hate watch things anymore. I'll, like, watch a movie if, like, I genuinely think there is something to be loved about it. But, you know, generally speaking, even if a movie has, like, can be, like, funny bad, I'm not gonna go out of my way to watch, like, a movie considered that I personally don't consider to be, like, you know, like, genuinely really enlightening to watch. Because, like, no, why the fuck would I? Like, would I watch Madam Web via GIF form? Well, yeah, but, like, that's the same as, like, Morbing. The Joaquin Phoenix Napoleon movie? What the fuck? Yo, speaking of movies that were bad, Joker 2? Joker 2? Like, and I say this as somebody who actually really enjoyed Joker 1. Like, I saw it in theaters. I thought the original Joaquin Phoenix Joker movie was genuinely really well directed, fantastically acted out, really good really good color corrections, cinematography, and more. Joker 1 was a blast. I didn't bother to watch Joker 2 because it just does a lot of things that I find to be unforgivable, and things that, generally speaking, in 2026 we should know better than to put in a movie. And I'm not going to go into detail about it because I don't want to have to put up a TW for a Stalker Tuesday. I'm good. You know, Missy saying, I'm so glad I missed Joker 2, is basically like saying, dude, I'm so glad that cannonball didn't hit me. Ruins the first movie, which is another reason why I'm glad I haven't seen it, because I really like the first movie. It's hard to find good help these days. It's hard to find good help these days. Let's talk about good movies. Let's talk about good movies. You know what's a really good movie? That's a really good movie. Madoka Magica 3, The Rebellion Story. Sinners. I am very sad that I missed Sinners Night because me and Nyx were, like, up to something. I'm very sad that I missed Sinners Night because I heard Sinners was a fantastic film. And I'm a big Michael B. Jordan head. Oh, I'm being besieged by the military right now. Hold on a second. Oh, these idiots are walking into the broken glass anomaly and being surprised when it kills them. Okay, I'm so happy that Stella just got summoned by me saying that, by the way. That's fantastic timing. Hey, are you guys gonna, like, realize that this is, like, a shield yet? Bitch. Also, yes, Missy, please do. I would love to watch that with you, too. Alright. Also, how are you doing tonight, Stella? It's good to see you tonight. Oh, he sees me coming out the fucking glass and he runs for his life. I took way too many shots. Yeah, Missy, let me know when you and Angel want to do that. Sinner's Night at the Courthouse. One of the recent movies I wanted to see in theaters, so I'm hoping to be able to stream it soon. Hell yeah. And I'll find a good film to watch with you and Lily. Doing alright, getting ready to head home. Hell yeah. Hope classes went well, homie. It's shockingly difficult to stalk when I'm over encumbered. I have to figure out where to find a good rip of it, but I'll pass it by Angel when she's fully conscious. Oh yeah, Tiana, I saw the notification. I'll think about it, because... I mean, I trust you two's opinions on anime, for sure, but... I just know from the description, JJK does not... Jujutsu Kaisen does not really tickle my fancy. Just going by, like, me, like, looking at, like, synopsis and descriptions. I will let you know after I give it some thought, but I'll have to see just because it's not... It just doesn't really seem to be, like, you know, like, hitting, like, the... It doesn't really seem to be hitting, like, my thing, you know? We'll see. Like I said, I have, like, a very laser-focused taste in that kind of thing. Like, you know how long it took me to, like, finally watch, like, I haven't even seen fucking, Cowboy Bebop yet. Which I know is probably, like, a... kind of a cardinal sin. But, you know, I'll get around to it when I get around to it. Anyway, a bunch of... Oh, are you fucking kidding me? How many of you guys are there? Alright, come on. Ah! Yeah, you brought that up, and I do appreciate that, but, like, it's not just, like, not having the things I don't like, but it's also, like, it just... I'll give it a look. I'll give it a look and see if it, like, you know, like, see if it hits for me. But at present, it's not like setting off my, you know, like, I don't really know if it's to my taste. Not enough Stalker. Yeah, no, there is never enough Stalker here on Stalker Tuesdays because I spent half of this fuck-ass stream... just talking about weather sirens, because that's what we do here. So after we did that whole thing for that project controller guy, we're bringing a bunch of the schematics back to this, if y'all remember correctly from last time we streamed Stalker, the last guy who was, like, fully associated with, like, the VPC Mira facility and the project controller research, was the guy who now basically, how do I put this? He cooks moonshine in a fucking bunker. This guy had such a bad time working with the group, and also, is trying so hard to move on from it because of all the shit they had to do, that he is now basically distilling fucking moonshine. He's distilling fucking moonshine in a bunker. Because he'd rather do that than be a part of anything else going on in the zone. And you know what? I'm starting to notice a shockingly common thing here, where people who are involved with the group, or anything else that the group were doing, looking at this guy, and with Cardin, looking at the shocking amount of people that seems to be happening, I'm starting to wonder if there's, like, not, like... I'm starting to wonder if, like, half of the training for the group is, like, oh, well, you know, welcome to our, you know, like, psychic mind control program for, you know, the group and, the Sea Consciousness. As soon as you join, we immediately start beaming, like, alcoholism waves into your brain. The Lighthouse Turpentine special doesn't seem so insane. Yeah, I'll take that over fucking Soviet bunker moonshine. That shit would kill a motherfucker. So, between this guy and poor Cardin from Call of Pripyat, who worked on, Item 62, which is the Gauss rifle, I'm starting to wonder if it isn't, like, a commonality that it's just like, well, you know, here I am at the end of my career. You know, joined up with the group. Got a good little research done. You know, tweaked up a Gauss rifle design for a railway car. You know, They asked if I wanted to plug my brain into a giant nightmare machine. I said, nah, I'm good. But well, you know, they don't. Well, I don't really have a 401k. You know, the group doesn't offer a 401k, and well, nobody else really wants to hire me because I did Soviet war crimes in the name of eliminating all conflict and war from mankind's common consciousness. And well, you know, you see how that went. Like, what else am I supposed to do besides just, you know, hit back the bottles, I guess? Oh man, one of my stills exploded. Listen, at least this guy seems to be doing a fair bit better for himself than Cardin, who gets absolutely plastered after 3 bottles of vodka to the point where he sleeps for 12 hours. And also, if you bring him the gun he helped design, it scares him so badly that he passes out for about, like, 24 hours, and as soon as he wakes up, he swears off alcohol for the rest of his life. A demon he helped create from his past revisiting him in his current life literally scares him into forever sobriety. If that doesn't make it clear how hellish the fucking things in the zone at play are, I don't know what will. Hey, wait a fucking second. Who's this guy?
Stalker повернувся. Документи, про які я казав.
Yes, I do have them, Sherba.
Аспіранте, ти що? Людині навіть присісти
So
і
for context,
не
Vupalov is the guy who's a complete drunk fuckhead who actually spearheaded the program.
Це так.
And Sherba, Sherba is the guy who wants Vupalov to stop drinking and to actually, like, you know, own up to being a part of the project.
Якщо вже у мене нічого
Personally,
не
Vupalov has been a lot more,
Фауст склався.
more,
Якщо це можна так назвати.
hospitable.
Не чув?
I
Під'єднався
actually
до
really
мережі
liked the little, like,
повернув
drinking
моноліт,
game
влаштував масову
cutscene you
бійню
had
по
with this
всій
guy,
зоні.
where you both kind of, like, talk to each other like, you know, like veterans. Like, it's the first time, like, 2 characters in this game feel like they're meeting on, like, the same ground of, like, yeah, we both kind of been through some shit, huh?
Отже, ця купка старих пердунів у капсулах не кинула мої дослідження. Під'єднати його до моноліту – це ж свого роду геніальне рішення.
Okay. Let's take it to Vupalov, because I trust him more.
А я казав, що створити справжнього контролера можливо, лише якщо зберегти його здатність мислити, відчувати, вибирати. Так, зараз він вибирає не те, що хотілося б варті, мосту чи комусь іще. Але ж у мене склалося!
Gotta shout out his English VA who really sells the drunk as fuck tone. Someday I'll play this game with the English. Oh, right, by the way, this is where we get confirmation in Stalker 2 that the group was kind of only really a colloquialism. The scientists who worked on the common consciousness in the Chernobyl zone were not officially called the group. Here's what they were actually called. The MDST.
Мост? Поясни.
Вчені проєкту X, які на відміну від мене захотіли продовжити дослідження вже після його закриття. Судячи з усього, вони і закінчили проєкт «Контролер». Офіційно ні фінансування, ні
So Project X was the original run of guys, and after they tried to make the common consciousness, it resulted in the zone and Project X got shut down.
Для цього їм спочатку знадобився моноліт,
But,
а тоді Фауст з його здібностями.
as you can see, the monoliths were a creation after the zone was made by scientists who did not stop. So it wasn't just the group, and then as soon as the zone happened, the group all died. They're not like forerunners. The general understanding is that the ones who didn't die when the zone started up basically just kind of kept going. And they made the monolith specifically because it was like, well, now this place that we were using as a black site is becoming a location of global interest. We should probably do something about that. So we're basically just going to brainwash people into being our security force. This can't possibly go wrong.
Для чого ви створили Фауста?
Мутанти вийшли надто непередбачувані і не просто некорисні, а небезпечні. Завдання полягало у тому, щоб зробити з них покірних солдатів. Повідець працював над грубими інструментами. Але я вважав, що ми копаємо не туди. Я вважав, що помилки припустилися на етапі проєктування контролерів.
Somebody who's paid can still turn the money down.
Без свідомості людської емпатії просто жалюгідні. Фауст – це довів. Але шедевральні інструменти вимагають значно
Very Dr. Phil looking guy. I like his mustache too. So, it's becoming clear. Faust, or his original name, I think it was Dr. Kalancha, or in some translations, Beanpolev, was a guy who worked for Clear Sky, and he got turned into a monolithian. This much is clear. However, Faust does not appear to just be, like, a guy who turned into a monolith and happens to be particularly charismatic. Granted, yes, Faust is fairly charismatic, and he does seem to be fairly wise. He seems to know more than your typical stalker, and he knows better to use it than your typical stalker. However, it is becoming clear here. Hold on a second. Let me put a pin in that. PK Ninja! Can we get a shout out for PK Ninja, please? PK is one of the people who embodies the absolute Pripyat City hate crew, like, fucking, like, zeitgeist. Was that Skinny Pete? PK is somebody who embodies the Pripyat City hate crew zeitgeist. She is entirely self-made. All of her assets, all of her writing, all of everything she does, all completely self-made. She's an absolute joy to be around in VC. She's an absolute fucking silly goofball, and we love her. It is impossible to not smile when you're watching or hanging with PK. So do me a favor and go follow that motherfucker right now. Because she's foundation. She's blood. Also, hi Chance, good to see you as well. Chance is also PCHC Foundation. We love that motherfucker. So, here's the thing. While the original reading that a lot of people I feel like might have had was that the monolith were basically a thing that the, well, originally for a while I was under the assumption that the monolith were like, sort of like this sort of runaway train. Better luck next time, Missy. Well, originally I was under the assumption that the monoliths were kind of like an ideological and technological runaway train, where obviously they were designed as some form of, like, safety measure, but after everybody in the fucking zone got their shit rocked when the sea consciousness got turned on and the zone got created, the monoliths basically don't have anybody actually running them. However, it has become clear that it's not just the sea consciousness. Members of Project X, and not just the sea consciousness, but people who stuck around to form MDST and work on things like, say, Project Controller, the monolith very clearly do have people running it. Like, the monolith isn't just a pre-programmed set of, like, modus operandi that you are brainwashed with and then you just follow it forever. The monolith appear to, as I originally thought, they appear to be people who are currently being imprinted and controlled by some form of transmission. And if they are in vicinity of that transmission, they are constantly having goals and greater objectives projected into their minds wirelessly. So it would appear that the monolith are actively being controlled by people who are in real time giving them objectives and orders and goals. The monolith have commanders. They have higher-ups. They have people they answer to. Faust was not just a guy who happened to be really charismatic who got turned into a monolithian, and now he's, you know, basically brought it all back. Faust appears to have actively been the effort or the result of a concerted effort by leftover members of Project Controller to reinstate the monolith. Like, this guy is basically explaining that Faust was not just an accident. He was not a bolt that fell out of the machine and fucked everything up. Faust is a planned outcome. It was supposed to be like this. Everybody in Noontide who worked their asses off to create a brighter future for themselves and everybody in the zone, basically had that future stolen out from under them like a rug pull. And it was not just an accident or the result of a single guy having lofty ideals. It is the result of a concerted effort of Project X holdouts. It is the result of a bunch of washed up old fuckheads from the group who seem to want to make this all happen again for their own reasons. And to this end, Faust seemed to have been programmed and generally... Obviously, the way he was turned into a monolithian... Okay, here's the thing. Because here's what doesn't add up. Is that everybody else in Noontide was a monolithian, and after waking up again, they did not have memories of the past lives or anything. Obviously, what remains is that weird emptiness because not having the voice of the monolith, not having that being projected into your mind constantly, does seem to make you feel kind of shitty. It seems to make you feel fairly... I would even say dysphoric. It seems to make you feel like you don't belong in that body. However, Faust was different. Faust doesn't feel like he was ever not a monolithian. Faust feels like just a very specific type of monolithian that wasn't bound by the same signal. Faust, it feels like never stopped being a monolithian. In fact, he probably was never the same as all the others from the get-go. If I'm throwing this theory out there, Faust was basically intended to be, like, rather than the controller mutants that were designed to kind of... I guess this guy has name dropped that the controller mutants were kind of supposed to be soldiers, or psychic soldiers. You know, kind of like fucking Paxton Fettel. Faust is basically our Paxton Fettel in this game, actually. Which makes a lot of sense, because I love Paxton Fettel. Nyx was very upset when I put him on my Kinney list, by the way. I don't care. Paxton Fettel is baby girl. Anyway, Faust appears like he was actually intentionally programmed, or the way they approached brainwashing him was different from all other monolithians, because he was intentionally brainwashed to be a leader. He was brainwashed to be somebody who was able to influence other people without wholesale taking control over their minds in very, very interesting ways. He was supposed to be the next step in the... Yep, okay, he's Paxton Fettel. He causes untold havoc, seems to have some type of weird, like, just one step short of being slightly sympathetic modus operandi. Because let's be real, I think one of my only issues with, like, Fear and Paxton Fettel is that Paxton Fettel is unabashedly based. His mother was treated absolutely horribly by her father and the entire company that he ran. Paxton Fettel himself was treated horribly. And the company that treated him and his mother horribly are continuing to treat people horribly. Paxton Fettel is, like, really based, actually, and the entire time I'm playing Fear, I'm always like, yeah, you get him, Pax. You get him. Yeah, eat that guy's face. Like Paxton Fettel was based. Faust, not so much. He eats an innocent woman? Well, yeah, but, so? Like, what else has he done? I don't know why, I really wanted to go for, like a Sideshow Bob comeback. Like, what's that thing that he says in that one episode where he's like, really? Attempted murder? Do they give out Nobel Peace Prizes for attempted chemistry these days? That's how I feel about Paxton Fettel. Like, oh, Sascha, he ate an innocent woman's face. Okay, so, like, I know like at least 100 people on Blue Sky who would love that. Like, what's the dealio? So anyway, while Paxton Fettle is extremely based, Faust did take away the promising futures of an entire faction of people, and now most of them are dying for absolutely fucking nothing. So fuck Faust. And even if Faust ends up being slightly sympathetic, I'm sorry, but I'm going to give him an exit wound the size of a fucking basketball when I find him. Okay? All right? Like it's gonna be a scene from Invincible. When I find that motherfucker, God damn it. The monolith of their own accord. They're never gonna give up that fucking animal Faust. Can't even say his name. He killed Kors. You know, 46 years old, he was a fucking kid. Anyway, what is Faust?
І хто тепер Фауст? На що ви його перетворили?
Ми прищепили йому здібності мутанта-контролера. Але я наполягаю. Фауст залишився людиною.
I can't believe it.
Немає
There's no more Project X, no C consciousness, no
ні
MDST.
мосту, щоби захищати. Програма не керувала ним. Це він сам
Okay, so that throws
вирішив
out that
запустити її. Думаю, моноліт став для нього ідеєю.
Okay, so that throws out that idea entirely
яку
then.
вона може збагнути. І вона зробить значно більше, ніж коли її примусити. Я завжди казав,
Okay.
що це
We're getting a grander view.
краще за будь-який повідець.
Okay, so MDST is defunct. Project X is defunct. Project Controller is defunct. My earlier theory that Dwop is actively being commanded, or his strings are actively being pulled by some presently, you know, like active like organization with their own like, you know, like things to gain, has been proven incorrectly. Faust is not being controlled. Faust is not being controlled by a what is it? What's up, Lily? Faust is not being controlled by the MDST or Project Controller or Project X or any of those people. They are all defunct. Faust is he's not being puppeteered. He is still acting on his own. They effectively gave him the abilities of a controller. They made him able to influence people's minds. So he's not just... You said Dwop instead of Fat. That's I mean... Okay, have you ever met Dwop? He's a pretty fucking charismatic dude. Dwop is a pretty... He's a fairly, what's the word? Persuasive guy. I would trust Dwop before I trust Faust, but he does have equal abilities of persuasion. But so Faust is not actively being controlled by Project X or Project Controller or MDST because all of them are defunct. The ones that didn't die basically are now either running their own factions, like with Malachite, or they're off. They've probably left for someplace else, or they work for Circa, or they're making moonshine in a bunker like this guy. Faust is not being controlled. He is acting entirely on his own views. And his own views is that the monolith is an idea. The level of dejection he felt from no longer being controlled by the monolith left him actually feeling physically fucking empty. And the only way he was able to fix it was by bringing it back. So to this end, whether he was aware of it or not, he was using his psi abilities that he apparently has to influence people around him. So here's my problem is, why didn't Strider fall for it? If this was more than mere persuasion, this was actual psychic influencing using some form of mutant ability, why wasn't Strider affected? That's a mystery I'm gonna, you know, keep in my coat pocket for this one. Is that nature trying to use it for good or not? Hard to tell. I guess you'll have to see for yourself. What is Faust that they were able to give him abilities? Well, generally speaking, how mutants came to be in Stalker is... like, they're not created by, like, radiation and years of, like, you know, like, somatic mutation. Mutants in Stalker are actively created by using, like, psi emissions and other forms of things to actually, like, physically, you know, like mutate and like deform things. And generally speaking, I would imagine they did this to Faust probably by just using some form of like the sea conscious. I guess we'll have to figure out how it happened. We know why Faust was made, and we know who he is and what he is, but we don't know exactly how Faust came to be like this. We just know he was a monolithian. We know he was a monolithian, but when the monolith turned him, and this was probably before MDST was defunct, because they were probably active at least as far back as like a decade or two ago. Maybe more recent. But they were probably still acting until around before Strelic came in. Or before the Seacon was destroyed. So, they weren't always defunct when the zone happened, but they are now defunct, and they probably were still operating until as far back as a decade ago, I would say. That's my, like, main guess. But we just know that Faust was probably brainwashed as a monolithian because he was originally Professor Kalancha from Clear Sky, and something happened, and he got turned into a monolithian, and once he became a Newtontider, it didn't really make that emptiness go away because not being controlled by the monolith fucked with him. So somehow, when he was originally turned into a monolithian, he was given powers of great persuasion, powers of great influence, and given that he did found Noontide with Faust, who is with Strider, who is his brother, it would make sense they were both able to pull a faction together. Strider was able to do it simply because he's a really good leader, but with Faust it's different because Faust was actually like legitimately like influencing people, which is a fucking problem. Dorothy, good to see you, by the way. Okay, so I guess we've kind of like gotten a lot of our facts together here. We now understand that Faust was not an accident. He was not a bolt that fell out of the machine. He was an actual intentional creation by some form of organization that is now defunct. When the monolith went down and he became a Noontider, he found himself still dealing with all of these things, and now he's using it for his own means, and his own means are, you know what? Being brainwashed was actually pretty cool. I want that back again. Man, fuck you, Faust. I hate you. I hate you so fucking much. I swear to God, I'm gonna Black Ops 3 you when I get to you. No worries, PK. Thank you for the lurk. Okay, alright, you don't have to play Mac Miller in my mic, I get it. Okay. Give me the fucking suppressor, Moonshine, man.
Так. Я зовсім забув, навіщо ти.
You know, normally I'd ask how you forgot the reason, and then I remembered, oh right, you make moonshine in a bunker. Hey, can you give me a bottle of that before I leave?
Все, що я робив, було марним.
Of course I'm going to kill him! Do you see what he's doing?
Ще скажи, що хороших.
Brainwashing. Oh my God, Amy, I'm gonna smack you. I'm gonna smack you. Do we know if Faust is intentionally controlling people or a lack of control of his power after being severed from his mind control?
Проєкт контролер закрили, але Фауст.
Yeah, it does, I've noticed.
Моноліт зник і знову повернувся. Іди. Вбий Фауста, сталкере. І побачиш,
So Wupalov is correct.
не змінить.
He does have his reasons for feeling like this, because it is kind of clear that despite the efforts for the monolith to be, you know, like removed, you know, they did come back. Granted, it was because of Faust. And even though Project Controller and MDST are defunct, Faust is still here, and he is proving that all of their research has actually technically been successful, because they have effectively managed to somehow, even maybe if by accident, create a controller that is actually able to influence people. However, what Cray brought up is a fair point. I don't know if we've been able to discern yet whether or not Faust is actually aware of his power, or if he's just, like, I wonder if Faust just thinks he's a really charismatic and influential person, and he isn't aware that he is legitimately, like, psychically influencing people around him. I would be willing to believe that. I would be willing to believe that. His longing for what was is psychologically affecting people. Wasn't there a moment you were fighting a bunch... Oh, right, yeah, no, he was using his power to make us think he had more of them. Well, I don't know, dude. Maybe Faust is Haruhi. Maybe Faust is Haruhi. I don't fucking know. Maybe he just doesn't know of his power. Maybe he just really doesn't know, like, like, that he has this power or the extent of it. And therefore, he just doesn't realize it's happening, or he doesn't know why it's happening. So whenever he's in certain situations, it flares up. Maybe Faust is just Haruhi. Do 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 do. Endless 8 is you starting the game over and over again. Oh, dude, wait till you find out that Skiff is aware of every single time I restart my save just because a new content update came out. Therefore, Skiff is effectively living the Endless 8, and it's me putting him through it every single time I start a new save up. You might be onto something here. Well, now it's time to go back to Rostock. Ah, man. I did not expect to have that be the fucking outcome of this. Just, maybe Faust is Haruhi.
What the dog doing?
What is the dog doing? I'm trying to find my way out of this fuck-ass place. So, before we head off to the bar, yeah, Skip is having a really bad time. Skip is having, like, the most, like, dog shit time imaginable. Skip in the very bad, not good day. Oh, here we go. Huh? Hey, how do I get out of your fuck-ass bunker?
Into bonus. Don't blow it on cigarettes this time.
Okay, so I need to fix the cheer, command, because it gave the wrong shout-out. But thank you for the cheers, Amanda. Also, hey, wait a minute, hold on a second. What the fuck do you mean, don't blow it on cigarettes this time? I buy, like, maybe a pack a day. That's not that bad, right? Skiff does just want his house. So before we head back to the bar, I'm actually gonna take a BRB break. I gotta get up and rock a piss. So, I'll be back in a little bit. Don't fucking go anywhere. See y'all in a moment. Especially because,
You may be only a hired gun, but you need maintenance like any other.
yeah, I got your
Let Warden
maintenance
take
right
point,
here.
Bloodhound.
Fuck you. And fuck Reigns too. I'm not buying cigarettes.
Consider this a service fee. This should cover your rations for today.
Boo. Hey everybody, I'm back. I'm cold chilling here. I got some tea. I got some fucking tea. So I'm gonna be making myself up some more ginger lemon tonight. It'll be good. It'll be good. Hope all of you are doing well. I am ready to get back to some stalking as soon as my fucking tea kettle finishes brewing. Let's get this shit.
Your break is over, Bloodhound. Now get moving. We don't have all day.
Fuck you too. Alright, alright. Back to it then. We gotta head on down to Rostock and find a technician to install that suppressor upgrade in our helmet so we can, you know, not have to worry about that. Huh, broken rock. Not a bad pull. Oh, here we go. It is a beautiful game. I mean, like, yeah, I do understand some of the, like, purist feelings about it. It's, you can't really, like, piss without it accidentally splashing somebody who thinks that Stalker 2 is, like, Unreal slop, and that Stalker 1 looks better. And, like, yeah. You're never gonna top the, ooh. You're never gonna top what the, what the X-Ray engine titles look like. You're just not gonna be able to, like, you know, you're not really gonna be able to fucking, like, you're never gonna capture that again, you know? But, like, come on. If you had to use, like, a present-day engine, it's probably better to use the engine that is an absolute nightmare to code. I can't blame GSC for not using the X-Ray engine anymore, because, it's a complete fucking nightmare to work with. If you're trying to get your game off the ground, and you have all the assets and things being made that you need, but you're just, you know, you need to have a good engine that, like, runs it all together, why not just use one of the more easily, like, currently accessible engines? I maintain that if they kept using an engine like the X-Ray engine, I don't think this game would have even come out. And that's real shit. Is that I think if they kept using the X-Ray engine, this shit would have taken forever, because the X-Ray engine's a fucking clusterfuck. But it's like, yeah, you know what? If you've already got your game basically figured out, you just, like, you know, need to find something to put it all together in. Like, why not just use something that, like, you know works, you know? Like, why, like, create a problem that was already solved? Are you shitting me? How many fuckheads are there? Uh-oh. Look at these idiots. Are these wardens? I can't exactly tell. For better or worse, Unreal is a lot easier to work in. Oh, absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. Like, you get a lot of, like, shovelware, yeah. But, like, fuck, I'll take, like, shovelware over, like, games being fucking impossible to code. Oh, these are wardens. Why do you guys want smoke with me? The fuck is your deal? Well, I mean, I know what their deal is. Their deal is they're a bunch of limp dick shitheads. Holy shit! Holy shit, we got a hypercube! Whoa! Wow! I still got a hypercube! Oh my god, I'm so proud of you, girl. What are you gonna spend it on? Oh, man. And this is why I'm proud of how I put together the gacha system, because, like, there's no trade or resale system, and there never will be. All it really takes is just putting a nice, pretty enough graphic on something to imply that it's rare, and people will believe that it's rare and valuable. Like, it's like kind of like silly to like take these types of like mechanics and understandings of design and use them in a kind of like silly and wholesome way. You know, I like that. First is trigger pull on this thing. Alright, alright. Hold on a second. Apply percentage chances. Oh, here's the thing, actually. I don't actually have any percentage chances set up. Holy shit. Jesus Christ, this shit took like 10 years to land that shot. I don't actually, like, set percentage chances with Mix It Up because it doesn't really allow you to do that. For better or worse, you can't actually, like, set the chances themselves. The only way to actually simulate chances or probabilities and Mix It Up is to effectively just, like, copy the options as many times as you need to in order to simulate it. So if you want something to be a 1 in 10% chance, then you need to have it be one of 10 different possible outcomes that are all copied and simulated. So the only thing that really makes the legendary ones, like, rare in my setup is, you know, the fact that, like, there's only 4 of them compared to, like, 68 other ones. And that's really the long and short, like, the long and short of it. Like, I didn't, like, calculate probabilities and enter them all manually. I just entered all 68 artifacts, and the probability is basically entirely determined by, like, you know, how many commons and how many uncommons and how many rares there are, etc. That's basically all it is. As much as I kind of would have liked to, like, have, you know, like, probabilities and chances that are, like, accurate to their drop rates in-game, that would have been a fuck ton of work to put together. And I'm kind of happy it's just this simple where, like, the amount of artifacts in each rarity group kind of, you know, like, accurately just kind of, like, makes sense for its rarity. There's, like, you know, like, at least half of them are common, like, at least half of that are uncommon, etc. And then it just kind of diminishes until you end up with only 4 legendaries. Kind of thing. It works out. It works out, but... because inputting all of the probabilities on their own manually would be a fucking pain in the ass. So let me hope nobody shoots me while I pour out my tea real quick. If anybody shoots, just write a chat message like my name in fucking full, like, caps or something. I don't know. Ooh, Kolobok. I almost poured boiling water on my floor looking at that, by the way. Distracted tea pouring ticket. Yeah. Oh, that hurts. Ouch, that hurts. Yeah, you could do a hell of a lot worse than a Kolobok. Alright, let me set my tea timer for my tea. Oh, also, meds. I should take my meds. I should take my meds. Let me take my prog now that it's like 10 fucking 30. Ah, god damn it. Alright, I'm game. Anything that isn't a jellyfish or wrench may as well be cold to me. Real. You know, Kimtussis, I want to check something. Type exclamation point belt. Oh, not you, motherfucker. Oh, that's the only artifact you have. Oh, you must have died. Either that's the first pull you got, or you must have died. Damn, Estelle, you're packing heat, dude. Look at all those. I want to see if Ocean's still here. I want to see them. I want to see them run a pull. Wait, Kim Tustis, you haven't been on a Stalker Tuesday since I made the gotcha. Oh my god, I never showed you the gotcha. Yeah, I think Nyx was the first to die, which is really fucking funny. Huh, Stella's also got a high... Oh, right, because Stella was there for free artifact night. Been a busy couple of months. That's fair, Kim Tustis, but it's really good to see you tonight. Appreciate you, homie. You're always going to be Foundation. And speaking of PCHC Foundation, is that motherfucking Angel Vice VT? Is that motherfucking Angel Vice VT? Is that my fucking IBSD up in the chat? Angel, how was your goddamn beach episode? Half of the horses is knocked the fuck out. That's fair. Hey, people, if you, for some reason, have been hanging around the PCHC and you aren't aware of my bestie Angel, like, legitimately one of the most, like, important people I've ever met in my life, one of the coolest, realest, and most fun people I've ever met in my life, if you're somehow not aware of her, or the things that she does, the cool-ass fucking art she makes, the amazing fucking streams she puts on, and the insane amount of fun she is to be around in VC, if you're somehow not aware of, like, fucking Angel Vice, what the fuck are you doing? Go give her a follow now. Like, what? And also look forward to seeing her on stream, because we're going to be streaming The Forest this Sunday, so look forward to that. Yeah, behold Missy's gorgeous wife. This could be a problem. I'm carrying too much stuff. Oh, wait, I have Hercules. I'll just pop the Hercules. Holy shit. Hey, buddy. Bitch. You just did a Captain Rescue voice at me. Yeah, like, I literally cannot glaze Angel enough, because, like, it's impossible to quantify how much of a positive effect she's had on me and this community. She's literally one of the most important streamers I've ever met in terms of, like, completely, like, exemplifying everything that we stand for in this space, and being an absolutely wonderful fucking friend who's been there for us in some of the toughest times. Like, dude, go fucking follow Angel and tune in for this Thursday, because you're gonna love it. My IBSD deserves to be happy. How many fucking dead dudes is there, man? Okay, the Hercules isn't gonna, like, last forever. I should probably get the fuck out of here. Bestie air fryer. For real, for real, for real. Must pull the cable for the trapdoor under her desk. Quirb away. Angel presses like a button and Missy falls through the floor like one of Mr. Burns' trapdoors. Oh shit, also my tea timer went off, so I should probably go check that. Gotta move. Where have I heard that chant, Angel? Ooh! Ooh! Two legendaries! Two legendaries! Chance, is that our first compass? Is that our first compass on stream? I think that's our first compass. Ooh, very good poll, Chance. Very good. I'm just clean with it. I picked it up from an AVE video back in the day. That'll do it. Alright, sleep well, Tiana. Thank you for joining us tonight. I hope you have sweet dreams. Chance, hit me with the belt real quick. I need to see your belt. Hit me with the belt like your river from Ballista. Anti-bumblefuck. Oh, I cannot let Amber hear about that. Alright, I can make it. Hit me with the belt. Hit exclamation point belt. It's unfortunate she cannot be calling me anti-bumblefuck. She'll call you anti-angle and anti-autumn and you know, like cousin JP and everybody. She'll do that. Wait. Oh, Chance, right? I forgot. I know why Chance only has one compass. Because I was testing one of the features for this in the vault the other day, and everybody who redeemed artifacts while I was testing it the other day in the vault, I killed all of them. That includes Hikari. I super killed Hikari. I think I also killed Chance. Chance had a lot of... I think I didn't have any if prior memory serves. Well, huh. If I didn't kill you and you just actually had, like, that good luck that your first pull was a fucking compass. God damn, dude. Yeah, Chance's first pull being a compass is fitting for the rat wizard. Ratcock. Coming up soon. Chance, Sascha, Ferretto, Smutfic. I don't know. What do you want from me? People would pay for that. Sascha, what? I just stun locked. Ah. Oh, hey, Hikari. You joined stream to me talking about how I killed you. Droplets. The piss droplets. Okay, but... Okay. So I think we have at least one case of each legendary. Because I think we've got one compass, we've got a compass, we've got a liquid rock, we've got a hypercube. Does anybody have the, that one other? Because there's like a fourth legendary I'm forgetting. There's hypercube, liquid rock, compass. What's the fourth one? Also, I literally cannot move. Alright, I'm just gonna have to come back for this armor. I'll be back. The liquid rock is a really good artifact. Liquid rock seems like something you'd find in a can at a hardware store. No, 100%. Are you tired of Prague taking away your sexual potency? Brand new liquid rock from Home Depot. Just shake the can and spray it on your dick. I should be killed. This bit is going nowhere and it just started. Liquid rock is like if Flex Seal actually worked. She's spitting straight nothing. Fuck you, Chance. Fuck you. God. I'm spitting gay nothing. See, yeah, Estelle's got it. Estelle's got the right idea. Okay, time to sell a bunch of shit. Spitting nothing but toxic. Speaking of which, I still need to send the Yuri to Bonnie. I'm gonna send her a message and be like, hey, do you want to see chapter 1 of a fic where Muller and Sascha go on vacation and it sucks and they hate each other? I'm oversteeping my tea. Don't put it in. Don't equip it either. The sounds of the mutant parts make me want to fucking blow my shit smooth off. I really did over-equip myself for that mission, huh? I thought you were gonna say, hey, you want to see these horrible women fuck? Well, I mean, that's not in these chapters. That's for later. That's for later. Later. Oversteeping is a myth. Oh, that hurts to read. That hurts to read. You are evil and you should be treated as someone evil. What the fuck? Ugh, God, that actually made me shudder. That actually made me shudder, dude. What? Like, hats off to you, but goddamn, dude. Angel. God damn it, now you got her going too. Give me a second. Let me take my fucking tea bag out and put some honey in this hoe. When I said pack a pouch in, I meant a pouch of Sleepy Time Herbal. Yeah. Be like, I keep that thing on me, and it's just a box full of fucking, celestial seasonings. Hitting the 9 iPad. Realest shit ever. Okay, where's the... That dumbass dropped his shit again. John F. Kennedy about to send me to EP Town. Jesus Christ. Good God, y'all. What is it good for? Yep, everybody gets 1 artifact pull per stream. The gacha has a system of everybody gets to pull 1. But there's a 3-minute cooldown, it costs 500 points, and also there's a 1 in 69 chance for you to die and lose everything. Jesus, I knew the cost of that mission were gonna eat me the fuck alive. The melatonin gummies? Is that like the fucking, the Flintstones chewable morphine? Do you guys know about Flintstones chewable morphine? If you don't, you should know. Let these motherfuckers know. Anyway.
Sure.
Here we go. A suppressor. Designed to hinder the psi abilities of mutants. Assembled based on schematics from Lab X5. Like, these are the guys who created controllers, showing me exactly how to nullify the effects of controllers. That's kind of gas. Every time I have my melatonin gummies, I have to fight the intrusive thoughts to snack on them like gummy bears. No, that's fair. When I've taken, like, IBS medication, it's done the same for me. They are yummy. They do look yummy. Wait, what fucking artifact did Barkeep need? Broken rock, devil's mushroom, and petal. Do I have any of these? I don't have any of them. Troubling. It's okay, though. Do I still not have an APS stendo? You know, I've been neglecting some of my uniques. Yummy. Ugh, God, that made me want to die when I did that. Ugh. Oh, wait, this I shouldn't have repaired this Mark 1 because I didn't bring this with me. That's not the one that I actually use. It's just a Mark 1 EMR I found in bumfuck nowhere. But I do have Strelix's fucking AK, though, which is kind of gas. Oh, right. This is the save where I sold Faust's pistol like a fucking idiot. Hey, welcome back, Raz. I'm remembering that I sold Faust's pistol like a fucking idiot. You know, it should say a lot about me and my dolldom, because I'm looking at this key now, and every time I see that key in my inventory, I'm like, ought to have that in my back. I mean, huh? Every time I see the key, I immediately start, like, having wistful thoughts about being a wind-up dolly, and then I'm like, oh, right, it's not that kind of... Sold Faust's pistol, new game time, yep, you fucking know the MO. Well, considering using an exoskeleton is a thing I can't sprint in, it's probably better if I do it like this. Alright, here we go. What's this? Huh. A lot of new upgrades. I appreciate that it's cheap to install. I haven't upgraded this suit at all.
Як там справи з проханням шрама? Скажи, що знайшов спосіб розібратися з фантомами цього...
Sure have. We've gotten it and we are in the clear.
Я знайшов подавлювач. Він повинен захищати мене від впливу Фауста.
Невже добра новина? Бо решта повне лайно. Фауст збирається перетворити на фанатиків усіх у зоні, і найогидніше, що має на це всі шанси.
Hi there. Would you like to try my melatonin gummies?
Розповім подробиці.
Alright. Leprechaun back to the DUGA, I guess. What? Okay, so what am I going to be packing to go back to the DUGA, right? What am I packing for this? What am I packing? Hi there. Would you like to sign my petition? So if I'm going back to the DUGA... I have a couple of options, right? Akamitsu's morphine gummies. Ugh. Ugh. Oh. Wait, also I got quoted on something. What is this? I've been quoted like a bunch of different times. I'm going to Instacart you. Paxton Fettel is baby girl. Eat that guy's face. Chance hit me with the belt. Hit me with the belt like River from Ballista. Just shake the can and spray it on your dick. Ooh. Hi there. Sign my petition or I'll follow you home and make you a doll. Oh my god. Oh my god. What am I doing? What am I doing? What do I bring as my weaponry? Angel? BCHC? Genuine question? Do I bring a Mosin with me to the DUGA again? Do I bring a Mosin with me to the DUGA again? Always bring a Mosin. I like the way you think. Oh my god, I forgot. I gave it like these awful ass upgrades the last time I whipped it out too. I gave it these awful ass fucking upgrades. And also Skiff's pistol. Probably getting the Mosin the second I'm able. Good. I hope you do. And I'm also gonna bring the bucket. No, they be stealing my bucket. Where's the spitter? Spitter. Just bring the fucking devices. What's the Don't put me in a bucket! What is it with you people and putting me in buckets? Why do you hate me so? Why am I bucket fodder to you people? Alright, alright. And then Mosin ammo. Good, we've got a fuck ton of high quality Mosin ammo. Don't put me in the bucket of wet slop! You hate me! Okay, 180 plus 90 armor piercing sounds fair. Alright. Alright, alright. You gonna learn today. Alright, alright, alright. Am I really going back to Kevin Hart bits? Am I doing Kevin Hart bits? Have I fallen this far? Putting Sasha in the glove box and quickly presenting her to cops when they pull me over. Dude, my wife hates when I do Kevin Hart bits. This ain't no penis, this is a long dick. You know what a long dick look like? You gonna learn today. Alright, alright, alright. Oh, what am I gonna do with myself? Anti-rats. Alright. Okay, first off, I need to unfuck this rifle. Bring me something interesting. Fuck you too. So, what else do I discuss here? I've kind of covered most of everything I've gotten up to over the course of my vacation. You know, a lot of my emotional stuff doesn't really bear repeating because it's just kind of been like me having like heart-to-hearts with 80 about shit, you know? I think at this time of the night, it's probably best if I don't get too into like a, you know, like a big, like, tangent. Probably best to just keep it on the down low and keep it chill right now. I forgot to bring the stendo. I also forgot the spitter can't take, extra sights on it. Don't make me climb into the bulk tank. Okay. I guess it's probably better if I put a suppressor on this thing, I guess. As much as I would like to carry the spitter, probably better if I carry a stock one just for the things I can put on it, huh? Now, where's that suppressor at? Did I sell my other pistol suppressor? I could have fucking sworn I had two. Uh-oh. Well, Milkmaid's a whole other thing. That you can only see on AO3, but... Putting Sascha in my wallet and showing her off like oh my god. JP's too big to go in there. Alright, maybe I might have to ask we kind of tone it down a little bit with the milk bits. It's getting a little bit old. Okay, so this is a problem then, because I could have sworn I had that pistol suppressor. I could have sworn I had one that I could put onto my bucket, but it looks like I'm out of it. Okay. It does not smell good. True to form, it is aging like milk. Showing off my maid charm, like fucking Richie April, and going, "It's the maid charm! It's the maid charm? It's the maid charm!" And then taking it really personally when somebody doesn't put her on things. I can't believe Richie April was ready to start a whole ass, like, gang war over a jacket. It's the jacket! Man, that whole episode was fucking ridiculous. Alright, well, it's back to the fucking DUGA. I guess this will be our finale for the night. Putting the mate... That actually would be so gas. I was raised on the dairy, bitch. When a Sascha plushie exists, I must fill it with lead on a chain and use... Oh my god. Oh my god, you're using me as a fucking flail? That's kind of barbaric, but in like a really, like, based way. I guess the closest I can go is Malachite. By the way, I am so excited. I am so excited for when people, like, you know, for when the fucking charms start going out. Because then I'm gonna have, like, a whole hashtag on, like, you know, like, on, like, Blue Sky and shit. I'm gonna have, like, a whole hashtag on Blue Sky that's like, you know, hey, you know, do you, show us what you put your charm on, you know? Or it's probably gonna be like, hey, do you have any, like, guns you're putting the Sascha charm on? Show us, type shit, you know? Be a fun way to kind of, like, get everyone, like, showing off what they put the charm on. I think that would be cool. I'd like to see that. I like how I'm just still never really gonna figure out what the fuck this orb is. One will find its way to Sylvia. I would absolutely love... Pripyat Hate Charm is a good hashtag, yeah. I can only hope so. Angel. Sylvia's a gorgeous rifle build. That's Mudball Man from Yu-Gi-Oh! In his final form. Chance, what the fuck are you talking about? Am I gonna have to go ask Lily Rue about this? One hell of a rifle if cantankerous. I would argue cantankerous is the best thing for a rifle to be. But I just know that y'all are gonna do heinous shit to a Sascha plushie. Like, you want your rifle build to bite back a little bit, you know? So, unfortunately, the DUGA is still lit up like a Christmas tree. So I guess we're gonna figure out what the fuck's going on with that tonight. To sum up my talks with 80 over the break, though, 80 was mainly just kind of helping with my mindfulness, like insisting that I focus more on like my present surroundings and tasks at hand, not spending every minute planning or like waiting to plan something, and generally helping me kind of like clear out my headspace by not like outwardly projecting noise, and instead like just kind of like taking in my present surroundings and like living in the moment and being better able to project things inside of my mind and be better able to speak to and hear the others in my headspace, just because of like, you know, having like a better understanding of like, okay, so like I'm not, you know, like constantly trying to plan stuff, and every time I'm having, you know, like any type of breakthrough, I'm not spending all that time fucking, you know, like ready to like give people live feeds of when that's happening or how that's going or whatever. It's just 80 was giving me a lot of good coaching tips on how to just kind of like be more mindful. What the fuck is this? I'm sorry, this is just kind of weird. What the fuck is this? That's a, some type of, I forget what it's called. A little, like, visualizer thingy. Some type of radio. It's an old radio, I think. I don't even know what the fuck you are. There's just this... It's just this. That's the radio setup for 10 Sanguinistel radio. I believe it. You're tuning in to 106.1 BLUD. Is this radioactive wood with a skeleton in it? 2 skeletons in it? 3 skeletons in it? That's curious. Well, I'm not here to fuck around with any of this. I got business to attend to here. Wait a minute. No. You're saying your wood isn't radioactive? Well, look, either you want it to be radioactive or you want it to be hard. You can't really have both. Okay, so let's... Do I just jump down here again? Because I guess if they didn't want me to, they wouldn't have allowed this. Irradiated wood isn't fun. No, it's really not. Please don't irradiate your dick. Okay, no, I don't want to go down here. Alright, I guess I gotta, like, go through, like, the regular spot now. Who remembers when Sascha went to the DUGA and said the F word? I do. Oh, that's a monolithian. Okay, hold on a second here. Alright, hold up. Here goes. Huh? Oh. Oj! Spokojno noś, suka! What? Did you just take 5 armor-piercing 7.62 rounds to the head like a champ? Wait. Okay, I'm convinced this guy simply cannot be killed. Hey, what's up, Ben? Good to see you up in here in chat tonight. How are you doing? Now, something is wrong here. Okay, I'm convinced this man cannot be killed. Bro was really like, must have been the wind. I don't think this is supposed to be happening. You know, I'm willing to bet the IPSF is to blame for this somehow. Can we get a shout out for Ben, please? Soulstone VT, pretty please. If you can, everybody, please go give our good homie Soulstone VT a follow. Absolutely beloved ally, the PCHC, super friendly homie to have around. We love this motherfucker. Go give him your love, or I'll kill you. Also, I'm being shot at by bad dudes again. So this is where I want to be. I'm actually going to take the long way around this body of water. Gopnik bums. Oh! Not one of these again, dude. Come on. Wait. Oh, right. I have a Veles now. Huh. This sucks. Huh. Satellite dish. Bunch of fucking nades. Huh. So wait, if there's a bunch of nades here. Huh. Yow! Ugh. Got me hitting that fucking Age of Empires 2 death sound up in this hoe. Yeah, I fucking hate these things. They suck. Oh, god damn it, I'm back in the fucking building again. You don't see me. Buzz off. I'm insane. I belong in an asylum. Buzz off. Mother Teresa. Oof, Baron. That hurts. Oof, Baron. Repair costs from these things got me living like a fucking pauperette. Oh, I'm out of here. Fuck this. Yeah, see you shitheads later. I'm gone. Oh, that's McLaren. That's 0 to 60 in 2.0 wave. I'm gone! If I was starving to death and the only thing I could eat was that, I would starve to death. Simple as... Hey, what's this over here? The bus stop. It might as well be worth going to check out. Oh, for fuck's sake, dude. Alright, give me a second. I'll be right with you, buddy. Alright, watch this. Oh, shit. Oh, what? That was like some... New gimmick I run idea, Stalker, but I only eat stuff I would actually eat IRL. Well, given that I'm a person who effectively subsists off either A, Nix's cooking, B, pizza, C, Taco Bell, or D, Jersey Mike's. My ass is starving to death in Stalker. Alright, what are you idiots doing? Wait, that... Oh, these guys are a bunch of fucking gopniks. These guys are a bunch of fucking gopniks, okay. You don't see shit, Sergey. Turn the fuck around. Girlie ain't ready for the beans and stale bread special. Dog, you're eating like a fucking king in the zone if you can find some fucking beans. What's up, Melissa? Ooh. That's some rotten luck. Damn. Homie went down like a sack of dicks. Alright, where's the rest of you boys? Come on, step up. I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just gonna send you straight packing into the next life with no fucking return ticket. Oh, it's you. Hey, buddy. Go ahead and crawl away. I was kind of fucked up. Oh, karma rats! That was, what the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? What was that? It was like karmic retribution rats. I blew this guy up for a joke and then like they descended on me. Also, using the anomaly to like tech myself away from the karma rats was actually kind of peak. I'd do it again. I'd do it 3 times. I'd do it like at least 6 more times. But only once more on camera. Okay, this guy's name was Koliamba Big Shot. Clearly you fucking weren't, my man. With a name like that, you were born to be a jobber for somebody else. Back with Michelada. Ooh, very nice. Angel, you missed an instance of me blowing a guy up on the ground with a grenade for goofs, and then, like, a swarm of rats attacked me as though it was karmic retribution. I still don't know what the fuck that was about. Shent sent the goddamn army after me. It's fucked up. I thought we was homies. I thought we was dogs. You know, I never believed in magic until I saw my dog turn into a rat. They detect the injustices of the world. Now explain to me how having a little bit of fun by sadistically torturing and maiming and absolutely killing some gopnik piece of shit who probably like mugged and murdered at least 20 people in the last month is some type of injustice. What is this fucking kill a powder ganger, gain karma, steal from a powder ganger, lose karma as bullshit I'm hearing? Oh, not this shit again. Chance really just took offense to that. They see the now, not the past. Oh, fuck off. Jesus Christ, how fucking far off am I? Oh. Wait, isn't there a stash here in DUGA? There's a journalist stash here in DUGA. Well, good thing I traveled light. I don't even know what's in the stash. Jesus, these guys are armed to the fucking teeth. Give me a sec. Cool. Alright, now let me get a little bit boozed up. You can't lead a one-woman assault on a fortified location without getting a little bit boozed up. Unless you want to hit your shots, then maybe don't get boozed up. At the beach today, we saw seals! Oh, let's go! Oh my god, I love seals so much. They're such adorable little creatures. Hey, fuck you too. How did I whiff that? Oh, right, I just took a swig of Ukrainian beer, probably produced here in the zone. Jesus H. I am not hitting these shots. I am not landing these. That's okay. Where the fuck are you? Boom. What are you doing tanking these to the fucking head? There we go. God, that's a satisfying sound. Nope. You can see their heads bobbing in and out of the water. Oh, that's so fucking adorable. You. I don't know what it is about the guys in these watchtowers, but they seem to be made of sterner stuff than your average human being. Made out of flesh and bone. What the fuck is his deal? Okay, hold up. Alright, hold on. I need to get some AP ammo in the bucket. Perfect. That's... Oh. Oh, shit. Okay, hold up, hold up. I can do this, I can do this. I have bad news. The Mosin might not be the play. The Mosin might not be the play. We might be cooked. Hold on a second, wait. When are they adding Mags Redux? Stalker 2? Oh. Oh, baby, that was fucking scary. We don't use the motion because it's the play, we use it for glory. Fair enough. Good ideas don't make headlines. Thank you, Angel. Yeah, get fucked. Oh, you think I don't see you? You think I don't see you, shithead? Hey, hey, catch this. Love you, Pedrilla. Shit. Oh, shit. Okay, okay, okay. Alright, I get it now. I'm not letting these shots. I gotta get closer. Okay, how many others are left? I was taking... That guy in that tower is a fucking crack shot. I don't get how he's doing that, but that's okay. Alright, give me a couple of seconds. I'll be right with you, buddy. Please hold. Fucking cultist, man. I never hear another Vrag Monolitha. It'll be too fucking soon. Alright. Okay. Unlucky time to peek, buddy. That's okay. Based on rate of fire, I think he's got an EMR. It's definitely some type of semi-auto. Yeah, I love the IPSF icon here. Oh. You know, that's the second time on stream I've stopped to point out the IPSF icon and proceeded to immediately get domed. I just think that's really fucking funny. No, that was definitely an EMR, because that's like EMR damage. Like, that's the kind of damage the EMR does. Okay, let me try this again. So first off, what I need to do is I need to pop some Vinca, because bleeding is doing a lot of hurt to me here. Secondly, I'm getting up close. Also, I am taking the sight off of the bucket, and I'm putting it onto the Mosin. Then I'm outfitting both of you with AP ammo. Okay, cool. Alright, here goes. I see you. Stab. I see you. Stab. Oh. Terrible choice of a place to take cover, buddy. Unless I whiff my shot. Unless I whiff 2 shots. There we go. That's what I like to see. Oh! Okay, okay, okay. Alright, alright, alright. Alright, fire with fire. I get it, I get it, I get it. Come on, take cover again, buddy. Spike! Nope, do not heal yourself. You don't need to. Okay. Alright, alright, alright. We're making good progress here. We're making good progress. Just keep on the fucking pressure. Keep up the pressure. Give me a sec. Oh. Too much pasta. Ain't that what they call me when I... Oh! What am I doing? Okay, wait. Watch this. Watch this. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're cool. We're cool. I swear to God, that guy in the tower is... No, he's not. But now he is. Oh. Okay, so where did that shot come from? Where did that shot come from? I'm making you want to play this game again? Good. The whole point of Stalker Tuesday is to get people to play or just get into Stalker. If any of you in chat have not played Stalker, I will get you to play Stalker. Okay, legitimately, that shot came from actually nowhere. That shot legitimately came from... Yeah, that is a shot that comes from nowhere. Bum rush the fuck ass. Here's the thing, I think I'm being killed. I think that's a scripted kill. I think the game is scripted to annihilate me if I go past that gate. I think that might be what's happening, because I'm noticing a theme here of every time you try to get too close to DUGA, and it's not like through these specific areas that a quest is insisting you do. I think it is scripted to just kill you. Like, watch. Yep. It is just scripted to kill you. So, I don't think I'm supposed to be going in this way. Granted, I did have a pretty good shot at it, though. Stalker 2 is so good, but you need a better computer to play it. That is fair. That is fair. Okay, so what we're gonna do then is we're gonna go back to this quick save before I mounted this ridiculous assault that was absolutely doomed to fail. Noontider's a former Monolithian. Strider is a good guy. I still wouldn't get too close. What if they glitch again? I love that you get that, like, pre-Monolith resurgence tip even afterwards. Okay. So around we go, obviously, because that is not how we're supposed to get in here. Can't fault a gal for trying, though. I had a good shot at it. Oh, no you don't, advertisement. Get fucked. Oh! Whoa! I mean, when I almost walk right into a fucking Monolith patrol? Tuesday? Guys, it's Tuesday! Stalker Tuesday reference. This is not funny. This could not be less funny. Anyway. Let's see what you and your boys got. Oh, fuck. Oh. Slim pickings for fucking monolith troops. You think they'd send them out in a little bit more than just their fucking pants and jacket and a pistol, but what the fuck do I know? GSC Game World referencing their favorite VTuber. I swear to God, dude, if there ever ends up being like a maid outfit labeled like S Ferretto in like a DLC or something, I will consider my life to have been lived to the fullest, and I will proceed to bury myself in my 30s like that one scene from Jam. Fuck me. Sometimes it pays to get reckless. What are you taking cover behind, dipshit? Sometimes I just be jumping at dudes like a fucking Matrix motherfucker. Alright, alright. Dies. Yeah, I really love how the closed captioning just says dies when you kill dudes sometimes. It's actually really, really funny, and I hope they never patch that out. It's been like this since launch, by the way, in case you were wondering. Alright. Well, I burned a bunch of my resources, but here I am. I believe in your ability to make it less funny. Wolf voice. Die. Yo, hey, Angel. Hey, Angel. Or any other mods in chat. Give Soroka a shout out for me. That was meant to be Worf. Die. The monolith have no honor. I love Worf. Okay, yeah, this is very clearly where I was supposed to be entering. Anyways, anybody, please go check out Soroka VTube, who's an absolutely fucking beloved member of the Pripyat City Hate Crew, talented voice actress, talented guitar player, talented singer. Excruciatingly funny to hang around with. An absolute joy to behold. Go give her a follow, or I'll dip your fucking Pepsi in popcorn, or... Huh? Wait, that's not how that goes. Fuck it. Now, as a Stalker veteran, I am well acquainted with these apartment complexes. Oh. Hey, wait a minute. These aren't, like, monolithians. These are normal guys. Did you guys know the monolith are over there? David Ego. Alright, fine. Sivet double-eyed. Wait a fucking second. Is this... I know what that icon means. Is this what I think it is? Oh my god. Well, it's not quite my dream home, but I suppose it'll have to do. Also, hello, it is me. Oh, this is precious. Ah. This is true. Soroka is an absolutely wonderful individual to behold. It is me, it's Mira. What was I doing here? What was I doing? Is this the first time I've been on stream? Oh. This is a beautiful sight. Look at this. This game has absolutely gorgeous vistas when it wants to. 30 till midnight. Ah, yes. Sascha took her prog, so it will be kicking in at any moment soon. So, hopefully we won't be up for terribly long. But that being said... Oh, gorgeous. Wait, this can't be... Oh. Of course the journalist stash is just beyond that checkpoint, and it's all the way across this bridge, and then it's right here. And, Is there not multiple journalist stashes here in DUGA? I suppose I'll simply check them later. I have work to do. I am here on business, after all. Surprise Mira appearance, it is me. I was terribly excited to see a new location in Stalker 2. I've, of course, gotten rather used to seeing Sascha just walk around in any of the other locales, but as soon as I actually got to see what No, wait a... Is that what I think it is? No, wait a second. No, wait, is that what I think that... Hold on a second. If only for a moment. No, it has to be. Wait, is that... No. Perhaps you may not know what that is, but I think I know what this is. I think I know what this might be. Is that the car? Is that the car that these two brothers returned to Pripyat to find? I swear it is that car. It looks to be the exact same trim and the exact same headlight. I think that is the car. I mean, obviously it isn't exactly one of a kind. It would have... There must have been more, but I swear it has to be a reference to that. Goodness. If it is, that's actually rather adorable. I suppose I'll simply have Sascha ask Alice from GSC if this is correct. Indeed, it is a good time to ask GSC about it. That will be for tomorrow or for later. Anyway, for now. That being said, I'm so used to Sascha just being stuck in all of the other little locales that I haven't really gotten to see DUGA yet, so as soon as I did, I got a little bit overjoyed, and I might have impressed a little bit, but it's okay, I'm sure. She did ask me if I wanted to appear on stream, and I asked, well, are they okay with my accent? And she said, of course they are. And I said I'd absolutely love to come by, so... Well, here I am, and... Now, this locale is interesting to me, because these little giant brick cylinders, I swear I remember them. More Ukrainian, I'm not terribly privy to the language. If there was any Slavic language, or at least Eastern or Russian Federation language we would be somewhat privy to, it would most likely be Komi, but... Much to think about. We have a match. Wait, no, it's not... Wait, this is a Velis, but I thought only the Sverog actually gave you the location... I thought only the Sverog actually gave you the location of anomalies as well as artifacts. Is this... The Velis now acts the same as the Sverog. I'm not sure how I feel about this change. Oh. Huh? I think we have a match. An interesting little ping for it to make. I see. So there is no Sverog now. There is no Sverog because the Velis now simply acts exactly as the Sverog once did. They've been merged. A crystal. Please, I'm really not interested in fighting the Ward right now. Or is it the Monolith? I cannot tell anymore. At this point, both groups may hold different interests, but they all react to me the exact same way. Oh, this is not feasible. This man's name is not Mugwort. I do not believe you. I am missing every single shot today. Oh, goodness. Now that was a clutch. Oh, no, you don't. I see you. Flat. Okay, that's better. Smartest monolithian I've ever met. Exactly as smart as two unhoused trained dogs fighting each other. the bletosphere. That was curious. I don't really understand what he was aiming to do with that cover, but oh well. Let's see.
Sasha, get down. You're
Oh,
surrounded.
sure. Kelly, it is wonderful to see you. Can you give... Oh, what happened? Can you give me just a moment? Welcome on in, Kelly, and your raiders. Hi, oh, I don't think I'm used to this. I haven't had to handle a raid before. Hi, we are Too Much Sasha. We are a system normally fronted by the battle maid you're currently seeing here, but I happen to be one of our other headmates, and I'm not sure I know how to do this. Hello, Kelly. Can we please have a shout out for Kelly, I think is what Sasha says. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. It is lovely to see all of you. Please tell us what you were doing and how it went. I would love to hear it. We will not be streaming for terribly longer, as Sasha has an 8 to 2 tomorrow. So I will be promptly wrapping up this little DUGA raid, and then we will be calling it a night and sending everybody on to somebody else, but it's lovely to see you, Kelly. And I hope you're having a splendid night. And for the rest of you, thank you for joining on in, and I look forward to spending some time with you tonight. Elite Dangerous. Now, I don't think any of us have played that, but Sasha has said she's expressed a little bit of interest in playing it. I look forward to seeing both of you play it sometime. And I'm going to bring us on back to the game, because unfortunately I'm in the middle of a rather high-stakes little battle here, and I don't think I can pull myself away from it for very long. Okay. Did he walk into an anomaly? Is that what... Oh no. Is that what I meant to believe has just happened? This is far too many monolithians. Also, his gun appears to be above his head. I suppose we're just doing this now. Okay. Goodness, I thought that said Vlad Durst for a second. I thought that said Vlad Durst. Where is your chainsaw, Vlad Durst? Taking a break now, we can pay full attention. Lovely to see you as well, Nix. Perfect. Nobody does it like Mira. Others may do it better, but nobody does it with as much style. It's all about the he said, she said bullshit, but it's in Ukrainian. It really is just one of those days. Oh, goodness, listen to me. I have to be careful. I can't repeat any of this around Amber. The little one cannot be learning about this. She asked Sascha what nu metal is the other day. Amber asked Sascha what nu metal is, and the poor dolly could not answer in a way she felt sufficient. She didn't want to lie to the little one, but she certainly couldn't tell her, oh yes, here are some bands you can listen to. Listen, Sascha may pride herself on being something of a bad influence on others as a sort of prideful thing, but I don't think she could in good conscience show Amber a band like, say, Slipknot. Is Hooba's... What is Hooba's thing? What? Are they like Incubus or Chevelle? Amber would like I'm with stupid. He was fond of bringing shovels to the beach, actually. I'm glad you're having a blast. I certainly am not.
І те, що в нього під керівництвом невелика армія та найпотужніший у зоні випалювач мізків, задачу не спрощує.
We cannot show her static X.
Веселуху вмієте організувати.
That was the absolute gayest little hand motion I've ever seen you make, Skiff. I'm sorry. You are gay.
Ми не можемо допустити, щоб Фауст перетворив зону на зомбіленд. У зони не буде господаря. Заміс намічається капітальний. Монолітівці б'ються без фантазії, але з неабиякою наполегливістю.
I'm sorry, Skiff, darling, you are fruity.
Почати. Але якщо тобі треба підготуватися, зараз останній шанс.
Skiff, dear, you are so fruity I could make you into a salad. Why don't we shut down DUGA?
Повернутися на промінь та вимкнути дугу.
Ми засікли синхронізувальні імпульси. А це означає, що прихильники Фауста дістали коди керування з випромінювача. І тепер зможуть активувати дугу в будь-який час.
Oh, lovely. So Faust and his people can simply turn the DUGA back on, even if we shut it down. Indeed, he's the world's biggest fruitcake, and he just wants his apartment. All fruits just want a nice little apartment they can be happy in. I think we can agree. I was born ready.
Тоді одразу до справи. Бачиш дугу? Лобовим штурмом туди не дістатися. Але ми без діла не сиділи і роздобули плани підземних комунікацій. Виявилося, що звідси
He wants his gay little apartment in Kiev. Don't ask me what he plans to do in it.
Непомітно для патрулів. Підеш нею до
Okay, so we have to get underground to avoid the DUGA? Him and Darlene will be so happy in a big apartment. I do hope Darlene didn't die. He was kind of a sweet little dork, wasn't he? He was a darling little loser, and I would like to see him return if he hadn't died. What kind of trouble should I expect?
Є ще інфа, яку мені варто знати.
Каналізація прогулянкою не буде.
Of course they're calling with mutants, and none of us actually managed to bring along any slug ammo. Surprised you didn't get with Richter. Richter and Darlene, can we ship it? I ship it.
І напевно варто чекати гостей. Будь обережний.
So Sascha did not bring any expensive ammunition like hollow points or dart ammo because she did not expect to have to deal with mutants. She primarily expected to deal with the IPSF or the Ward or the Monolith. This may be difficult. He honestly just wants the best for the world, and that's charming in a game like Stalker. Well, here's the problem, is so did Project X and the Sea Consciousness. They also wanted the best for the world. Let's not mince our words here, darling. Skiff X Richter. No, I meant Darlene X Richter. Two little dorks who love the zone a little too much. Is there a reason your character is not affected by the psychic abilities others are affected by? We are, or we were, until we attained a little device called a suppressor, which we put on our character earlier this stream.
Добре.
Alright, let's shut down DUGA and deal with Faust.
Оце заряд. Сигнал унизу ловить хреново. Ух. Ні.
Oh, goodness. So now we have to deal with a sewer crawling with mutants, close quarters engagements, crawling with mutants, and we are currently carrying a sniper rifle and an SMG, neither of which happen to have... Oh, dear. Deary me, we are cooked. We are more cooked than the potatoes that I fucked up the other night. If there are suppressors or there are amplifiers, I would doubt it. I don't want to do this. Even in Pripyat there are boss fountains. How merciful. Channel my inner balalaika. But I don't want to channel my balalaika. Listen, I know she's a gorgeous lady, but I don't want to do what she does. I don't. I suppose there really is no other way around it.
У мене чуйка є. Якщо якесь гімно має статися, я за тиждень відчуваю. І навпаки, якщо на горизонті удача, мене кураж накриває. Так от, цього разу у нас усе пройде як по маслу. Як треба.
Star, did your gut feeling tell you that things were good that were around the corner back before this?
Раніше, ніж думаємо.
I'm a little bit worried because Star seemed to have a good gut feeling the last time something horrible happened. I'm beginning to wonder maybe his gut feeling is just a little bit fucked. I think poor Star might have some type of... Oh, Billet. We are not doing this tonight. We are not doing this tonight, darlings. We have to get into bed. I am going to close up our stream and get ready to send everybody on to somebody else. Your gut has a terrible track record. Kelly, don't say that about our dear angel. She tries her best. She tries her best. Be nice to dollies. Okay, give me just a moment. Because, I'm being informed that there is a little format I must follow. Oh, dearie me, it appears I seem to be getting some kind of phone call. That is not a phone call, that is napalm death. That is the phone. That is the phone call. Oh, Jesus.
You're certainly proving yourself quite the useful lapdog. Well done, Bloodhound.
I will pass on these compliments to the dolly, Miss Muller. I do appreciate you for being a good inspiration for my looks, though. This has been eventful. This has been eventful. Well, it has definitely been an interesting little night. I hope you all had a good time tuning in. It looks like Sascha has had a very, very eventful little night, and I actually felt very nice getting to join on. I know AD has appeared on stream a couple of times, though granted, both times it's appeared have been rather trying times, and Mira's new phone ping sound. I know AD has appeared a couple of times, though both of them have been particularly trying times, and Amber has never fronted on stream before, and granted, she has stated she does not want to. I'm not sure if V has appeared on stream, and, well, I do hope this comes...
Man, I'm Skinny Pete!
Is that meant to be Skinny Pete? I'm not sure I know who he is, but... Silly it. That's a nice pick. Anyway, I meant to say, I hope this comes across in the nicest and most caring way it can, but I hope Rebecca does not front on stream. Or rather, I hope I hope, as Sasha likes to put it, I hope this body doesn't go Becky mode. I think that could be rather scary, and I do not want to know what could happen. So, I suppose, can I ask all of you to do us a favor in that if the body happens to be vacant and Becky is fronting, or Becky happens to be the dominant persona, can all of you ensure she doesn't stream? Please don't let Becky stream, for her health and for all of ours. That being said, I was a little bit overwhelmed at first. I didn't really know how to handle all of these things, but Sasha was very helpful in showing me. The stream does not need... Well, Sasha is also Dolly, but Becky is a different kind of Dolly. I have methods. Your methods are foreboding, but I do trust them because they do seem to work. That being said, I was a little bit overwhelmed at first. I didn't quite know how to get used to all of this, but Sasha was very helpful. Yes, no, Sasha has told me about your methods of making her, quote, jump back into the doll simply by just getting her rambling about some type of music thing. I look forward to you employing that sometime if it happens again. But as overwhelming as it may have been at first, it was actually very nice getting to speak to all of you, and who knows, maybe Sasha will get a little PNG made for me, just like 80. I think that would be really nice, actually. I would look forward to that. Now, apparently I need a rate message. Sasha's saying I need a rate message, but I don't... Is that's the little message we send people whenever we send everyone into a different chat, no? And, I suppose... What would it be? Well... In honor of this occasion, we can simply call it a Mira raid. Bar Mama raid. How about that? The Bar Mama sends her regards. Sasha looked at me and then said, "From now on, you kick up 3 Gs to Mira." What does that... She says it's a Sopranos reference. Why am I not surprised? Why am I not surprised? Just a moment. I'm having trouble getting access to the drink. Here we go. Tip. Oof Madon? Oof Madon. Is this another Italian thing? You know, I'm still having a little bit of trouble getting used to the fact that I am in a Balkan body. Sasha never saw fit to tell me that this body is in fact part Bulgarian, and I don't know how to manage this. I don't know how to manage this. She said she was partially Komi, yes, but she didn't tell me that she was... She's now laughing and saying, no, it's fine, I just didn't expect it to be Bulgarian. It's not that I mind being Bulgarian, I just didn't expect it. Anyway. Bar Mama sends her regards. Now, who will we raid tonight? Who will we raid tonight? There has to be somebody worthy, no? Hopefully somebody who is aware of me. I do not know if Bonnie has met me. We should send everybody into Bonnie, I think. I think Bonnie would love to be visited by the Bar Mama. Let us see what she is playing tonight. Ah, yes. Sasha was telling me, as typical for a Bonnie raid, she tends to take a little bit of a while to spin up. So I look forward to this.
There isn't a per
Why
user
am I a
cooldown
bullfang?
in Vignon, and it's a Vignon specific thing, but I could change it to be a streamer bot 2 Vignon thing. They did, but they paid their office staff who were all friends with each other.
Sasha Fingal.
I see. Vaguely remembering Zen mentioning not being paid for months, or it could have been somebody like.
Well,
Erica,
I suppose that's what we'll be sending all
them.
of you.
I don't know.
I can see why Sasha picked her for the voice of Muller. She does absolutely fit that character. I have to figure out how to make my voice sound like that. Anyway. So, it has been positively lovely spending time with all of you tonight, and I look forward to being on another stream, perhaps sometime soon, darlings. But for now, I have to say goodbye, as it's almost midnight, and I don't want this maid, as she says, crashing out tomorrow. So, I will send you in to Bonnie's chat. We will end the stream, and I will see you all on Thursday, as Sascha will be playing The Forest with Angel. She's greatly looking forward to that. With that, I will send you on over to Bonnie's stream, and have a good night. The bar mama sends her regards. Now, what else is there? I needed to understand Sascha is effectively my little teleprompter dolly at this moment. But, if you would like to see what we get up to when we're not on stream, you can join our Discord server. You will get to also see Amber and 80 and V and the rest of us whenever we're fronting. You can also hang out with the rest of us. I think there's plenty of fun to be had there. Sascha is hosting her next monthly Gluck party tomorrow night, so look forward to that. There is also weekly listening parties and movie nights you can look forward to, as well as game nights like Vintage Story that our darling Missy happens to host. You can follow us on Blue Sky, where we talk about all manner of things. Sometimes they are me, sometimes they are Amber, but most of the time they are Sascha. And if you'd like to support us, Sascha has her merch page. She did work very hard on that, as well as her Ko-fi and Throne. Please be nice to Bonnie. She's a very, very darling lady, and I'm very, very happy to be her friend. Please be nice. Follow her rules. Do not misgender her, or we will have a problem. Be good to yourselves.